solo. I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning, Sanbonani Dimelamba. Welcome to it. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show is live, large, and in charge on this Monday morning. Thanks so much for joining us at the end of what I hope was a fantastic weekend. As you can tell, look at that. It was an amazing birthday weekend for me. Thank you so much to everyone who made it possible, who made it loving, fulfilling, enlightening. I really had an amazing time. And we are wrapping up HopeTober on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we really enjoyed spreading the message of hope throughout South Africa. So let's continue with that kind of attitude throughout the year as well. Now, award-winning musician Ntsika and a member of The Soil joins us this morning. A brand new album titled Prayer Warriors is out, and he'll be telling us all about that. And then, of course, ahead of Movember, we put the spotlight on men and their health challenges. And it's, of course, time to break the hard shell and to tap into these feelings that men deal with. We speak to motivational coach Paulo Pimentel Mendes, a board member from Lifeline, and then also Ryan van der Pol and world champion adventurer author Chris Burtish. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful one as we start off your week on the good kind of way. Let's say hello to the rest of the family. What's up, boys?
Ready to open up, man?
Yeah.
Ready to open up. Well, I hope you had the most amazing weekend, my brother, and just heaping blessings and love upon you. Likewise, all of you guys at home. Hope that this was one to remember. We've said the word hope about 1,000,000 times, and I'm going to keep preaching it. We absolutely love the fact that we've been able to get behind this notion of HopeTober, the idea that we can all spread a little bit of hope. But of course, as gents, we've also been encouraged to just open up and chat and connect. And of course, yes, it's sometimes about the negative stuff, those pressures, but you also need to celebrate the highs.
Exactly.
So if I had to ask you, man, if there's a highlight from this past month, brother, pretty easy one for you, or is there something that we might have missed?
No, not at all, because there's been so many incredible messages of hope that have been shared on the show, especially with the panel discussions that we've had, and with some of the guests that have come through. When we put the question to them, just hearing the variation in their answers, but everyone has this way of spreading and giving hope. So that was a highlight for me, just hearing everybody's perspective on how they see hope and the fact that everybody does still see it.
Yeah, they make that choice to see it. So we want to hear from you guys this morning as we wrap up this incredible month of HopeTober. We would like to know, what was your highlight from this wonderful month? Tell us about something that you are incredibly proud of. It doesn't have to be big. It can be just a small shift in your own space, something you did for someone else, something that you are really proud of. Let us know this morning. In fact, keep that conversation going for the whole show. 063-408-8863. If anything sparks your interest, let us know. Drop us a WhatsApp voice note. We'd love to get your insights
and
as well.
Speaking about sparking interest, I know this is going to, because Kat's standing by with official duties, so let's get on with it.
Thanks very much, gentlemen. In the morning's headlines on this Monday morning on the National Newsfront, Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga says although this year has been challenging for the education sector, her department is fully prepared to deliver the National Senior Certificate Examinations, which officially start today. So good luck to everyone. A total of some 754,000 full-time and about 168,000 part-time candidates are registered for the exams. Now, a total of 6,307 public schools and 578 independent centres will be used as exam venues. This year also marks the 5th cohort of the SA Sign Language Home Language examinations included in the writing of the matric exams. In other news, after South Africans enjoyed a load-shedding-free weekend, Eskom yesterday confirmed that Phase 2 load-shedding, introduced at 5 a.m. this morning, would last until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now, after that, Phase 2 will again apply tomorrow and from Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. to midnight. Eskom spokesperson Sikonati Manjanja said the power utility would publish a further update on Wednesday afternoon or as soon as there were any significant changes. Taking a look at international news this morning, newly elected Prime Minister of Lesotho, Sam Matekane, has committed to turning the country's economy around. Now, the landlocked nation has experienced economic challenges which have led to many Basotho flocking to South Africa seeking a better life. President Cyril Ramaphosa was among several regional leaders who attended the inauguration. Now, the Sesotho or the Sitsetso Stadium in Maseru was packed as thousands of Basotho witnessed the change of government. Sam Matekane, a business mogul and entrepreneur, won the elections barely 8 months after his party was launched and seating a governing party with a long track record. Now, 153 people, mostly teenagers and young people, died in a crash when a huge crowd celebrating Halloween surged into an alley in a nightlife area in South Korean capital of Seoul on Saturday night. Now, a further 65 people were injured in the melee in Seoul's Itaewon district. Cheng Song-beom, which head of Yongsan Fire Station, said in a briefing in the scene. Now, 19 of the injured were in critical conditions and receiving emergency treatment, and he added that the death toll could still rise. And finally, exciting news for adrenaline junkies is that Killarney International Raceway in Cape Town has launched a new concrete spinning pitch for cars. Now, the pitch is 75 meters long and 50 meters wide, and there's also a viewing area for spectators just above the pitch. Spinning enthusiasts will now have a dedicated space where they can showcase their skills and put the pedal to the metal. Now, the new spinning pitch at Killarney will offer teams a course that includes obstacles such as tires and drums, for which they can apply their skills to slide their cars around the objects. And Raceway's spokesperson Dave Abrams says the new pitch represents a major milestone for the sport, and he said, quote, "The spinning community now has a place that they can call home in Cape Town and in South Africa. It's the biggest one I've ever seen." Spinning legend Eddie Rasta, who has been part of the sport for some 30 years now, says the new pitch will be instrumental in developing future generations who wish to participate in spinning. Now, no doubt it will be, as spinning is the fastest extreme sport in South Africa. So good luck to everyone who will be involved in the sport and enjoy it. And I know that a lot of Arsenal fans certainly enjoyed the weekend. Let's hear what Graham has to say about it. Here he is with the sport.
Well, someone got his presents. I'm going to say Christmas presents added on top of all of that. Plenty to celebrate, in fact, as we look at the broader sweep of sport this morning. Let's start from a South African perspective with the cricket. Aidan Markram and David Miller sharing in a 76-run partnership to lift the Proteas to the top of Group T at the T20 World Cup. This was thanks to a gripping 5-wicket win over India in front of some 50,000 fans to boot. So Markram scoring 51 off 41, while Miller was calm and composed and hitting the winning runs and ending on 59 not out. And before that, the bowlers definitely stepped up to the plate as they restricted India to 133 for 9 in their 20 overs. Excuse me. Wayne Parnell, he took 3 for 15, but it was man of the match performance from Lungi and Gidi that made the major difference. The paceman taking 4 for just 29. The next up for the Proteas, just the small order of Pakistan on Thursday, so it doesn't get any easier. Then we turn to the small matter of the Soweto derby, and the man of the moment, Yusuf Mart, scored a sensational long-range goal to give Kaizer Chiefs a 1-0 win over their Soweto derby rivals, Orlando Pirates, and of course, the bragging rights. So Mart's magnificent strike, as you can see, handed Amakosi a 4th straight official win over the Buccaneers, something they haven't achieved since winning 6th in succession back in the early 1990s. And that saw them rise above their rivals into 3rd place on the log on 21 points at the time. So Pirates are dropping to 5th spot on 19 points as a result as well. Then Sundowns, they overcame Royal AM 3-0, while the Marumo Gallants and Amazulu were the only teams to pick up wins elsewhere. Then a little further afield, yes, Arsenal have claimed their 10th win of the Premier League season with a 5-0 thumping of the whipping boys Nottingham Forest to remain 3 points clear at the top of the table. Reece Nelson scoring a brace, while Gabriel Martinelli, Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard also getting their names onto the score sheet. Then Man City, they were briefly top of the table. That was after a 1-0 win over Leicester. Marcus Rashford, he also was able to score his 100th goal for Man United in their 1-0 win over West Ham. There were a few shock results as well, with Brighton beating Chelsea 4-1 to give Graham Potter a very unwelcome return to his former club. Then Liverpool's poor league season continued with a 2-1 loss at home to Leeds. Then on to rugby. The Bulls and the Stormers both finishing their first block of the United Rugby Championship on a high. And they cemented their places in the top 4 of the competition with some big wins and 2 great local derbies in Gauteng. So both of last season's finalists won their local derbies with a full house of log points after some strong finishes, getting the bonus points under the belt. The Bulls crossing for 3 tries in the final 14 minutes to beat the Sharks 40-27, while the Stormers, they came from behind, scoring 21 second-half points without reply for a 31-22 victory over the Lions. So as a result of their defeats, the Sharks and the Lions, they've now slipped it down the standings to 8th and 9th respectively, while the Bulls and Stormers looking good at 3rd and 4th. And that's where we leave our sport for now. I'm sure there'll be a bit of a buzz for the rest of the 3 hours, but it is the start of a brand new week, so time to take a bit of stock when it comes to weather and set you on course for our temperatures for today. Raul's got the latest.
Thank you so much, G. Of course, it's time to take a look at weather news this morning. Now, a natural disaster which has left many people devastated occurred at Setlagole near Mahikeng in northwest on Saturday, when several houses, a school and a community hall were damaged during a severe hailstorm accompanied by near gale force wind. Now, residents say the wind was accompanied by soft soaking rain, and electric poles were toppled and trees uprooted, and several shocked locals said they had not experienced such inclement weather before. Now, a disaster team from the government has already been dispatched to assess the damage, and residents remain on high alert with more rain expected during the next few days. Now, the area is prone to flooding, and earlier this year the community was cut off from main routes after 2 bridges were washed away. Well, moving on from storms, we head over to our sunrise views. And first up this morning, we've got Brad Bennett, who captured this shot just before stepping down onto the sand and starting his morning off with a run on the beach out in Nkomaz. And what a beautiful start to the day. Well played. Next up, a fan favorite of ours, Nancy Governor, snapping this perfect shot from luscious green grass to bold pink hues. It's got it all. And this one taken before stepping onto the soft sand to take her morning stroll. And that must have been an absolutely exceptional morning for you. Next up, we've got Eunice Summersall, who captured this interesting shot of the clouds rippling together out in Rand Park Ridge. Very unique stuff indeed. Beautiful capture. Next up, we got Yolanda from Kells River, who sent this picture-perfect shot from her street of the bright light blazing through the clouds. I absolutely love it. Well played. Lily from Muizenberg also came through and woke up seeing this, something she couldn't resist other than to do. What could she do other than take a picture of it, of course? It's the sun rays over the lake looking just like a painting, and what an incredible view. Mzansi, y'all are definitely stepping it up, and please continue to send these incredible pictures to our number. That's 063-408-8863. We love seeing how you start your day wherever you are. Now, speaking of the rest of the country, let's take a look at those temperatures for the first time this morning, starting off in Polokwane. The day starting at a low of 15 up to a high of 26 degrees, with some rain definitely coming through, and much the same for Mbombela, a rainy day from 15 all the way up to 23 degrees. Pretoria, the rain continues from 14 all the way up to 26, and Johannesburg continuing with the rain, 13 is your low up to a high of 26 degrees. Let's move over to Mahikeng now. Not too much rain expected. 16 is your low up to a high of 30. Klerksdorp sees the day starting at 15 up to 29. Kimberley 14 up to a high of 28, and Bloemfontein much the same, 11 all the way up to 28 degrees Celsius. Back around the bay now, and Richards Bay specifically, where the rain does continue, 15 all the way up to only 20 degrees. Pietermaritzburg sees the day starting at 10, only up to a moderate 17 degrees Celsius. Durban, the thunder showers continue, 16 all the way up to 20 degrees. And Mthatha, rainy conditions pursuit and continue through all the way from 8 all the way to 15 degrees Celsius. Over in East London now, and continuing around the coast where the rain does continue, 11 is low up to a high of 17 degrees. Cradock sees the day starting at a chillier 6 degrees up to 21. GQ Berga sees the day starting at 12 up to 18. And George, 10 is low up to a high of 16 degrees Celsius. All the way around the coast now to the mother city, where there's no rain expected. The temperature starting at 12 all the way up to 23 degrees. Worcester seeing a chilly start of 7 up to 25. Sutherland, even chillier conditions with some rain. 5 is low up to a high of 21 degrees. And Uppington taking the cake, I think, with the highest temperature of the day. 19 all the way up to a high of 33 degrees Celsius. Again, Mzansi, thank you for sending those incredible pictures in. Keep bringing them on. And for now, though, let's catch up with the rest of the team and see what else we can expect for the last rounds of HopeTober.
Last rounds. It is. Get him in, man.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it, man.
what a special month it's been. We're going to be obviously taking a focus around men's health and mental health within that broader conversation. For me, it rests in movement. You've got to move to feel better. And Coleman Valentina is going to take us through a mental health-inspired workout this morning, which I love.
Fantastic stuff. We've also got a panel discussion surrounding mental health, so please weigh in on the discussion. Of course, we are engaging with you on social media as well as we put the focus firmly on men's health in this new month coming up of November. Stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll be right back after these.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Monday morning as we enter into November, which is Men's Health Awareness Month worldwide. Now, for generations, men have fed the idea that to be a real man, one has to be strong and unshakable. Now, no surprise then that men and young boys today are at great risk of mental, physical, and emotional infirmity that more than their female counterparts. And the purpose then of Men's Health Month is to heighten the awareness focus on the preventable physical and mental health problems that occur. And we are talking men's health and all that it entails with our panel consisting of motivational coach Paulo Pimentel Mendes, Ryan van der Pol from Lifeline, as well as world champion adventurer Chris Burtish. Gentlemen, a very good morning. Happy Monday to you all. I'm hoping that you are entering this month in full health, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. Ryan, let me start off with you first and talk about South African women who tend to take care of their health a lot better than us as men, right? So what have you found is the reason why this occurs?
Yeah, I mean, typically one of the main reasons for, women being more likely to take better care of their health is probably due to traditional masculine norms. Men are more likely to engage in more health-impeding behaviors or risky behaviors. And also, they're less likely because, like you said, we are expected to be tough and not show vulnerability. We are less likely to seek out medical help or even professional help for mental issues, yeah.
Chris, I mean, speaking about being mentally tough and having to go through it, I mean, you've had to go through the very most when you think about some of your achievements, I would assume, as one of the first people, you're the first person to ever paddle on a stand-up in SUP, right?
Right.
Across almost 7,000 kilometers of ocean.
Correct.
I mean, that just blows my mind even saying it. Talk about spills and thrills. But what are some of the issues or the challenges that you had to go through in order to achieve some of the accolades that you have?
Well, I think it's, there's a lot to be said about mental toughness and grit and resilience. And I think that comes from putting yourself in those kind of uncomfortable spaces continuously, but it doesn't mean that, I don't have emotions like everyone else. I might seem like I'm tough on the outside, like I think a lot of men do put on that facade, but we all have emotions, we all have low points, and it's how to navigate your way through that. And I think, we all have our own oceans to cross and our own journeys in ourselves. And I think, the facade that we have on the outside doesn't mean we're not soft and have challenges on the inside like everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's always important for people to see that everyone's the same. Everyone has the same issues, and behind the mask, everybody has the same problems. They're just a different version of it.
Yeah. And Paula, I mean, for you, you are originally from Brazil, but you've called South Africa home for quite some time now. What have you found to be some of the main issues concerning men's health in South Africa?
I think very similar to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in general. I grew up in Rio, and as a culture, there's a culture of health and taking care of yourself. But it's interesting hearing to both Ryan and Chris. It's like the two extremes that I see the men face, both there and here, is that you have the normal scenario where the man is focused on work and providing, and there's a culture of performance where you are valued and you are worthy your less achievement. And you're always chasing that next thing that's going to make you worth it again or stay in that worthy status as a husband, as a man, as a professional. And then you get the other extreme of guys like Chris that are the warriors of the older days, right? And yes, the emotions, we all face the same challenges in Brazil, in South Africa, and whether you are a warrior, an adventurer, an athlete, or you are a normal day-to-day citizen. But the challenge is that we tend to look at the warrior and then think they are stronger, right?
We're all the same.
And we are all the same. I think that the challenge mostly is the fact that men are only now learning to open up. Only now learning to have the conversations where the focus being placed on women's health was so massive in the last couple of years, because obviously we want to make, without the women we wouldn't be here, right? Of
course, yes.
Without our moms, without our girls, without our women, girls, married woman, okay?
There we go. Yes,
right?
Yes.
But the point being that only now men are learning to opening up, and not just sport talk, not just the car, women, booze, politics. Now we're learning to level up. I was blown away the other day when my 14-year-old son, 13, just turned 14 last week, and he sat with me and he said, "Daddy," I said, "what do you want?" I was busy with work. I'm like, "What do you want?" "Can you teach me how to be more mature?"
Wow.
And I was like, whoa.
Wow.
That's a deeper question.
Yeah, and
I
we'll
need some
address
time to
deeper
think.
questions, absolutely. And I think you encapsulated the topic of the day for me personally, just right in your opening sentence where you said we live in this culture of performance. And we live in this culture of performance where all the world is the audience, and they're looking at each individual man's achievements and their performance on the stage to evaluate their value in society. And we'll continue our chat regarding mental health or men's health in general with our panel of experts very shortly. Right now, let's take care of the physical side of things.
A beautiful conversation indeed, but we're going to increase the mood right now. And when it comes to achieving your best physique, a proper strength training program is, of course, essential. Now, whether you're looking to transform your body or just kick your training up a notch, it's very important to add training volume to stimulate new muscle growth as you progress. And here to take us through some exercises this morning is fitness coach Carmen Valentino. And we brought along, you heard obviously Kat was celebrating this weekend, someone celebrating today. We've got Jacques in the building. I believe it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, yeah. So Jacques come along just to get his birthday workout on. We're kickstarting the week, so this is your chance, Mzansi, to join in on the action, get the endorphins pumping, and maybe increase that mental health a little bit as well. Carmen, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good to see you, good to meet you again. It's been like 2-3 weeks since we last worked out.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. I'm dying for the day because I was humbly educated in that process, and I'm sure today's going to be very similar. What do you got for us?
You remember that plank?
I do remember that plank.
I've got some exercises for us today to just pump the heart, pump up the cardio. That's good for mental health.
Yeah.
So a lot of movement up and down, side to side, but still focusing on strength and a bit of mobility.
Okay, so a little bit of everything being ticked there. Good bang for our buck here. Let's get into it. What's the first exercise?
The first exercise is we're going to be in plank position, actually.
Oh, back on the plank. Okay.
But we're going to move in our plank. So we're just going to go opposite hand, opposite foot, slide twist.
Okay.
Toe taps there, opposite hand, opposite foot. And this is a nice beginner one here. You can even, if you want to digress, you can put the knees down and then up again if you can't stay in that plank for too long. And for those of us who like a good pump, we can go into a push-up from this, push-up. And then go back, opposite hand, opposite foot. There we go.
So you're getting
nice
good efficiency in this movement check.
Yeah.
Getting like more than one exercise in.
Spinal twist, getting some
A
chest.
little bit of tightness behind the calf. I know I did do a bit of a run. Is that normal?
Yeah, you can lift, push into your toes for me. Don't push into your heels.
There we go.
Into your toes. There you go. So you want to do that one. So you can time that one for about 30 seconds when you're at home. And we want to get the cardio up, so try to do the exercise as fast as you can.
Okay.
And then we're moving on to the next one. We're going to be standing for the next one.
All right.
One of my favorites. We're going to on our knees. And then we're going to come up to standing. We're going to stand into a squat and then go back down. There we go.
Oh, so you don't actually stand up all the way. You just kind of keep.
Yeah, you just come into that squat.
position.
And the last leg you come up with is the first one you go down with it.
Okay.
And up we go. Tap and down. And up, tap, and down. There we go. You're trying to keep that chest up, and you're trying to push the hips back.
Oh, you really got to concentrate as well.
Yes.
But I'm loving it because it's forcing that stimulation of the quad. There's no like sort of relief. You're kind of straining it all the way
have to go
through, which is
into it,
great
yeah.
for the pump as well.
You can take
Love
that
it.
one 30 seconds straight.
Okay.
And then one of my favorite ones to boost your mood or to boost your endorphins is, of course, a jumping squat.
Oh, okay.
So feet a little bit more than hip width apart.
Yeah.
And then we want to keep the knees more or less where they are. So when we squat, we want to hinge at the front of the hips. Keep the spine straight and lift it up. And then if you want to be beginner here, we just lift the heels, push the hips forward, and then sit back on the heels again. Lift the heels on the toes, and back down again. And if you want to play, we go down and we add a jump to that, and jump. There we go. Jump.
All right,
And
stepping it up here. Monday morning.
Yes.
You're on fire.
Push into those
You're the
glutes.
one.
Push into those heels. Whew. There we go. And that should get the heart rate up nicely there.
Getting the heart rate up, earning our morning meals. Man, I've prepared something for you and Jacques. Of
Oh,
course.
how
You guys have
sweet,
been
how sweet.
Absolute stars. That's
Thank
for you, Jacques, seeing that it's your birthday. We can pretend like this is a healthy birthday cake right now. Of course, guys, cheers. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere, of course, because we are going to be doing another session a little bit later. Carmen's going to be taking us through this. But what a way to get your endorphins flowing on a Monday morning. Come through with this one. I hope you enjoyed the start of your day, but don't worry. We've got another sessions coming at you in just a bit, so keep the workout clothes on You guys enjoy your snack. We'll see you later.
Only you can make my day. The number of times you're going to hit snooze. How many excuses you're going to make. And the amount of obstacles that are going to stand in your way.
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink. With zero compromise on taste and performance. Step up your game with new Energade Zero. It's what you put in.
Vincent was always very healthy, so it was a shock when he was diagnosed with colon cancer.
I'm a self-employed accountant, and the chemotherapy treatment made me too tired to work, at the same time as having to find extra money for unexpected costs. Then I had a stroke as well.
As a family, we would have faced years of real financial hardship if Vincent hadn't taken out illness insurance.
I wasn't expecting it to happen to me, but my insurance was a great relief.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is indeed. It's a Monday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thanks so much for starting the brand new week off with us. Now, as we talk mental and men's health more specifically, it's not just about growing a moustache for Movember. It's also about raising much needed awareness for the health issues facing men, specifically prostate and testicular cancer, mental health and suicide prevention as well. And we continue our discussion on Men's Health Month with our panel consisting of motivational coach Paolo Pimentel Mendes, Ryan van der Pol from Lifeline, as well as world champion adventurer Chris Burtish. Now, earlier on, we discussed the underlying issues that contribute to the decline in the well-being among men. And we now delve a little bit deeper into the root causes and the knock-on effects of all of this. So, gentlemen, thank you very much once again for entertaining this discussion. Chris, I want to start off with you first. There's this notion that men engage in riskier behavior, as you, I'm sure, are very used to, having detailed a little bit of what you've done earlier on. But where do you think this ideology comes from, and how do you particularly prepare yourself to engage in this riskier behavior, if you will?
I think a lot of people think that the adventures that I do are super risky and challenging, but I think, you know, if you put in the planning and preparation so you can reduce the risk, then you can proceed with confidence and have the kind of outcomes that you look for. And I think, you know, I think it's probably more dangerous cycling on our roads than doing the stuff that I do.
This is true. This is true.
So, yeah, you know, I think really mentally preparing is really an important part of being successful at anything in life, and whether that be in business, life, or sport. And it's really about working through all the different scenarios so you are prepared and in a positive, proactive state rather than panicked, reactive state when situations arise, that you're better prepared to be able to handle it. And also making sure that you can identify with your own emotions. And, you know, a lot of people think that vulnerability is weakness. I personally believe that when you know yourself very well, that vulnerability is strength.
Yeah.
And being able to show your emotions and being able to identify with that and show that is a sign of strength. And I think a lot of men need to come into their own by realizing that by being confident with being vulnerable and connecting and talking about the issues that you have is a sign of strength. And men need to talk more. And I think that's the one area that I think we all agree on. Men don't talk, and when we talk, we connect, and when we connect, we become better versions of ourselves, and a problem shared is a problem halved.
Yeah, and all too often, that conversation is never had in time. When mental health issues really creep in, and we talk about statistics that are alarming in the sense, Ryan, that you know, 37 out of every 100,000 men in South Africa commit suicide, as opposed to 10 women in that same kind of statistical framework. So what do you think the state of mental health among men is in South Africa, if you could frame that?
Yeah, I mean, that stat in itself is actually quite a sad stat. It just shows that men are struggling with their mental health, but they're not talking about it. Because, you know, if they're not talking about it, they're resorting to risky behaviors such as, you know, alcohol or drugs, or even, like you said, committing suicide, because they realize, or they feel that there's no other avenue, because we don't talk about it, we don't share our feelings. Like we've mentioned over and over, to be a man, it's to mean you don't cry, you know, you don't show vulnerability. So how can I talk about it without being vulnerable? And that's what leads to that last resort of suicide, instead of, you know, opening up to our friends, family, or even to a professional.
Yeah. And Paolo, I mean, we're trying to change things, right? So breaking the cycle of teaching our young boys to be vulnerable and to talk. It's certainly something that I'm very kind of actively trying to get into my son's head. You know, every time we have a little bit of a confrontation and there's a bit of a disciplinary issue and he maybe is upset, I have to allow him to cry and then talk him through it slowly but surely. You have teenage boys. How do you keep them on track?
I love that you mentioned that example about the conversation with your son. I have experienced lately that very son that asked me about how to become more mature.
At 14?
At 14, because this is the kind of conversations we've been having where it goes back to emotional strength, emotional maturity. So I broke down to him and say, maturity is not you knowing more, it's not knowing how to answer things because you have more knowledge. It's emotional strength. And it comes down from developing resilience, comes down from overcoming problems. The only way you're going to get strong, and I use the example of exercising. I'm 53 now. A year ago, I had a blood clot in my leg that I had to go through surgery for it. And the short and simple version of it is that I was spending 10 hours a day working on the computer, preparing meetings and preparing trainings and workshops, and I neglected my health. So by staying active and going to the gym and exercising, yes, my body's sore after the sessions, but I become stronger. I become more resilient physically. In that same way, I explained to him the process mind-wise. So he turned to me yesterday, we were having a conversation, and he said something, and I just stared at him, like, but not staring, I just looked at him like...
In wonderment.
How? You know, why? Why? And he looks at me like, why you look so angry? I said, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at where is it that we are missing this communication here. So working with the two boys, the older one is very different. He's a lot more, you know, hands-on, wants to help in everything, loves talking to everybody. But the point was, I speak to them about having vision, relationship, and then knowing your why. And that's what centers us as men, whether you are a child or a grown-up. Again, it's not about whether you are the warrior or the quiet person. We both need the same thing. We all need the same thing. You got to know your why. Your purpose is unique. You're here for a reason. You're not an accident. Then you got to have relationships that are going to foster that emotional maturity.
Yeah.
Then you got to have a vision to where you're going, and that's going to guide you through the challenges.
Yeah, I love that, and we're going to continue our conversation very shortly regarding men's health during this next month coming up, especially with regards to Chris, his brand new book, All In, which he's holding quite safely right there on his lap. But do, of course, contribute to our conversation on social media as well. We'd love to hear from you with regards to how you are tackling the issues that surround men's health.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Yes, we will continue that personal voyage of discovery, but let's temper that with a voyage of flavor discovery and explore a new culture, and with the desire of creating delicious food driven by passion and making people happy through food. Black Garlic was born. And today, the Black Garlic family joined us in the Expresso kitchen to share this food happiness with us. And first on the menu is Kapenta. And Lulu is here to break it down for us. Lulu, thank you so much. I've loved chatting to you for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
we've known each other.
Chatted a lot.
We've solved the world's culinary problems.
Yes.
I love your vibe, your passion, the energy that you came into this kitchen with. And I can see, judging by the other foodies buzzing around you.
I'm bringing the wood kitchen energy to you, okay?
I dig it. What is that? What is the wood kitchen? What is Black Garlic? Just fill me in.
Okay, so Black Garlic is my friend's brand, and she's going to be coming on later.
Brilliant.
But we are the wood kitchen, and my husband and I cook together, but we have to be working here as we're going, so please cut the tomato.
Put me to work, sister.
So
Put me to work.
my husband and I started cooking together during COVID, and we started what is the Wood Kitchen brand. So we are Mr. and Mrs. Wood, and we started cooking with our children. And we decided that we want to take Zambian food to the world. So today I'm introducing you to Kapenta.
Kapenta, and this is, I'm looking at this thinking we could literally solve the world's protein problems with this has got to be one of the most sustainable proteins available. So easy to obtain, easy to cook. This is a key dish.
And this is why it got its name, Kapenta, because there are these ladies in the mining towns that were the wives to the miners, and they would go out and party, and just as the husbands are coming home, would run quickly and had makeup done. They would quickly run back home to the market, buy some kapenta, and cook it. So actually what they were called is the painted women.
The painted women.
Kapenta. Bopenta. You see, the painted women. So that's how they got their name. But this is something that you're going to find as a staple in most Zambian homes. We eat it with nshima, which is pop for you.
Yeah, I was going to ask, because this screams for a nice carb like that, something with a bit of density, something that can carry those flavors across.
But you could try it actually as a stir fry. You know, just throw some rice in.
I was joking with you earlier saying, is this one of those dishes where you've got to tread lightly? Because if you get a little too spicy with it, people will come for you. We've got a couple of South African curries and a few things that you just don't play around with. Is this one of those? Or can you kind of push the boat out?
This is one of them, but in the wood kitchen, my husband and I and the kids just love to play with Zambian flavors. I think we can do so much with them. And I feel that we should, you know, experiment more. It's a lot of oil. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah,
you know,
but oil carries the flavor.
Yes.
You need it. And listen, olive oil has amazing anti-inflammatory properties as well, so go for it. Put it in there. The fact that the wood kitchen is a family affair, how does that feel, being able to kind of, you're passing on generations, compound generations worth of information. How beautiful is that within your family to have that narrative playing out?
I just love that we're able to do it with our children and to do it with my husband, because I think we're also sort of showing family values.
Completely.
I think for a lot of people, especially in Zambia, they didn't have that, like a picture of what a Zambian family looks like.
Family,
What do they eat? You have a lot of amazing chefs and, you know, both male and female, but not a lot that do it as a family. So we love that we're able to do it as a family, explore as a family. Could I have the tomatoes?
There we go. I hope I've done that.
You've done it.
Fine enough.
Okay, job,
It's just okay, you know? But listen, I'm going to steal everything you've told me today as my own intellectual property and pass it off later to the next chef. And they're going to be like, wow, have you been to Zambia? I absolutely love it. Look,
you better come visit. Hey?
I'm going to visit right now by having just a little taste of
taste
this.
Taste it. It's so good.
So what am I expecting here?
All right, so you're expecting, yes, the fishy flavor, but just totally different. And because we added just a bit of curry, it's not too spicy. We honor the natural flavors of food in Zambia. How's that? You like it?
Well, I love that.
Really?
With that undercurrent of the,
Yes.
just the slight curry coming through. Because I've eaten like a bowl of whitebait before, and often the smaller fish can be intensely fishy.
Yes, so what happens is...
Not too much.
We actually soak them. So you see, this is the dry kapenta here. But we soak it for a while to take away too much of that fishy taste.
Oh,
it can also be quite sandy, so by soaking it, you take away the sand from the river.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm guessing, I mean, pop these in the air fryer if you have to.
We've done that before. My friend Yasmina back home did that once with me. I had never used an air fryer, and the first thing we tried on the air fryer was the fresh kapenta, but you can also try the dry kapenta.
Oh, I absolutely love it. Get that crispy texture, the balance of the flavors, a little bit of hint of warmth, the spice. Absolutely beautiful. You can find this recipe on expressoshow.com. Don't worry, we've fired up the wood kitchen, and the woods ain't going nowhere. More recipes coming your way in just a moment. I'm gonna have
Sensodyne, repair, and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We're back again. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3, and we're back to discussing men's health with our panel consisting of motivational coach Paulo Pimentel Mendes, Ryan Father Paul from Lifeline, as well as world champion adventurer Chris Vertish. And of course, we are encouraging you at home to join in on the discussion by sharing your thoughts and experiences with a voice note on WhatsApp on 063 408 8863. Shane sent one to us. Let's have a quick listen. Good morning, Shane.
I personally think that men don't work on their mental health. They keep it to themselves because they want to be strong and act like real men. But internally, men are struggling with mental health issues, and you guys were correct. That's what leads to depression and a whole lot of other stuff, and then eventually probably taking your own life.
Yeah, all too often we've seen that as the end result of the culmination of issues over time. So, Chris, we were going to be talking about your book, All In. Firstly, love the title. It inspires the mind. Tell me about how you are inspiring courage and confidence, as well as the work that you're doing through the Chris Vertish Foundation.
Yeah, thanks very much. Obviously, the book is about the journey on the transatlantic. And I think, I think what I've learned through this journey is that everybody has their own struggles and challenges, and it's how we navigate our way through those challenges, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And it's really...
Can I have a look at the book
for
a second? Firstly, I mean, look at the cover, gents. Feel inspired for the month of November. Look at that.
Yeah,
oh my word.
Very rugged.
Very rugged.
The pirate within. Come out. Sorry, this is the clean-shaven pirate this morning. But I think, I think people don't realize that even people that come across really strong and come across like they don't feel fear, they don't feel emotion, they don't get weak. We all have those challenges. We all have those emotions, and it's how we move through them and how we identify them. I think that's important. And I think, as Paulo mentioned earlier, I'm very purpose-driven. I have a very powerful why, and that why helps me navigate my way through any challenges, change, and turbulent times.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to identify with that why, to be able to help you use that as a North Star, to be able to be your compass, to be able to help you get through difficult times and get you back into a more positive state when you're going through really difficult, dark times.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the positive steps that one can begin to take in order to address more proactively your health in general. But you said you have a very powerful why. How did you discover your why?
That's a great question, and I think everybody discovers it in different ways. Some people never discover it. I'm being very fortunate that, and it takes a lot of courage, I think, to identify with what it is and then follow that path, because often the path that you need to take to do that is not the easy choice. And I always say in life, when you're faced with certain different challenges and change, don't take the easy choice, because the easy choice is often not the right choice. And the path less traveled is the one that might be bumpy along the way, but it's the one that will lead you to your true and greater self. And I've really learned that on my journey. And I worked in corporate for quite a while, and I didn't enjoy the person that I was becoming. I didn't feel like I was the best version of myself. And I felt like I got to a place where I was making the money, I had everything that most people would define as success. But I didn't like who I was. And I didn't feel like I was contributing to the world in the best way possible and using my tools that I had as my gifts to be able to give back, help others, lift other people up, and inspire positive change. And once I made that decision, I said to myself, it didn't matter how if I didn't make any money, as long as I was living my purpose and living my best self and using my gifts to be able to help give back and inspire the people, that for me was success.
My goodness, wow.
And it's been a very difficult road, being able to become a motivational speaker and inspire people through the journeys. It's been a very difficult, hard road. But that road has been so inspiring for me, because the books that I do and the adventures that I achieve help and inspire other people to get through challenges and change, and inspire people to believe in themselves and what's possible. And that, for me, is my purpose, and it makes me realize that I'm on the right path.
Yeah, all of this just screams out to me the knowledge of self, spending time with yourself, becoming comfortable with yourself, such that you can identify those moments when I don't like the person I'm becoming, because you're consciously and subconsciously aware of it. How can men out there seek the help of Lifeline?
Yeah, we have multiple platforms. We have the typical landline that you can call, and then we also have WhatsApp. We have WhatsApp counseling. You can phone via WhatsApp or text counseling.
Okay.
COVID made that absolutely necessary, where we needed to find other avenues, and that's text.
Yeah.
And even face-to-face and via Zoom.
Yeah. Gents, thank you very much. I really wish we could have this discussion every single day, and I'm hoping that throughout the month of November you will be continuing this discussion on your own social platforms and engaging with men out there and helping them to discover their why, to open up and to be a bit more vulnerable and showing strength in that way. Much appreciated.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, gentlemen. So much to chew on there, and hopefully that has started that thought process within you. But let's continue to inspire and motivate you this morning, from a group of amazing motivational speakers to another that achieved success on a global scale, and with good reason. And I think very often we're looking for the big answer, and it might be there in a small little token right in front of us. So let's hear from the motivational speaker, an incredible man, Wayne Dyer, who had this to say: if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Just change the lens. Just reframe whatever problem, whatever issue you're facing. Just make it something small and practical that you can push back against today. And I think, just to feed off what we've been doing this morning, maybe that first practical step is just going outside and moving. Just spending a little bit of time in quiet reflection, finding out a bit more about yourself, checking in with someone that you care about. But just make that shift today. So hopefully that has inspired you just a little bit on the foot of November.
Oh, man. What a Monday.
I'm just
Welcome to Monday.
Inspired everywhere. Just inspiration, and I'm loving it. Yeah. Oh, man. Your conversation this morning is absolutely incredible, I must say. Greg is just doing incredible things, and just hearing men speak about this is so important. And we're going to carry on learning right now. And I think, if anything, if we've learned this month, it's definitely that spreading hope shouldn't be 1 month a year, but a daily practice, right, Kat?
Absolutely. And while today may be the official last day of HopeTober, Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, is encouraging us to continue spreading hope to those around us. And they're giving one last lucky viewer 2,000 Rand in cash. And we wanted to hear all about someone who has inspired you and has inspired hope more specifically.
Please. So, of course, we have our lucky winner. It is official this morning. We give a big congratulations to
we love it. Look at that. And that's the message from Smangela, who said, my daughters, they are my constant reminder of holding on and not to give up, and to not give up. Hashtag sponsors of Brave.
I love that.
Hashtag HopeTober. Hashtag Expresso Show. We love it. And we have Smangela on the line. Good morning. Happy Monday, Smangela. You're a winner.
Morning. Happy Monday, Expresso.
Yes. How you?
I'm perfect.
I'm perfect. I love that. I am perfect. And you are indeed. How does it feel to be a winner on a Monday morning like this?
Oh, man, it feels so great. Who would just give you 2,000 Rand on hand?
You definitely deserve it. I can feel your energy through the phone. It's vibrant. It's what everybody needs on a Monday morning. And I think what else everybody needs is just to finish off this HopeTober with another little message. And I know your words that you wrote in, especially considering your daughters, was very inspirational. But what advice would you give someone that might be in need of hope today, just to start their week off?
I would simply like to send a message to everyone who needs hope and tell them that we are talking about HopeTober, so don't lose hope. Everything has time. Everything has time to blossom. There's time to rain, and there's time for sunshine. So be patient, have hope, and have faith. Everything will fall in place.
I love that.
Rush.
Have faith. Have faith
No
and
rush.
hope. What do you plan on doing with your prize money?
Definitely getting myself some Christmas clothes.
Come on now. Some Christmas clothes.
Oh, okay. Just the season.
Oh, that's a little one.
Because we can see, Smangela, with that picture that you sent us, that we fashionista ndiyayibona loo nto, man. Jonga. Nice. Love.
Very nice.
Congratulations and thank you so much for inspiring hope within us, Mangele. Have a wonderful Monday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
I love it. I'm here for it. And what an incredible HopeTober it has been. I'm just reminiscing on all the memories, and it's a special thank you to Adcock Ingram, OTC sponsors of Brave, for spoiling our amazing viewers. And a massive thank you to all our viewers who shared their powerful messages of hope. Now, one more thing, don't forget, keep spreading hope, Mzansi. It's on, it's happening, and it's the rest of the week that we have as an opportunity to do exactly that. Go spread it.
2,000 Rand a day is a lot of money.
That is, man. Jeez. Do that.
HopeTober is a month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. And by that I mean, welcome back, you beautiful soul. And Tika is here. So much to talk about. We got books, we got new albums. It's all going down this morning. Cannot wait to connect with this wonderful human being, and he's here to perform just for me, no, for you as well this morning. But let's get back into those news headlines. We're going to hear from him in just a second.
Yes, it promises to be a spectacular performance, but of course it's just gone on the hour, so it's time for official duties once again. And starting on national news, President Cyril Ramaphosa has committed to working with the AmaZulu King, Misuzulu Kazwelithini, in the government's quest to develop the country. Now, Ramaphosa was speaking at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban on Saturday during the official coronation of the king. Now, Ramaphosa said it was an important part of history that will be taught to future generations. And he also added and quoted, "I'm here to commit my government to working with His Majesty to change the lives of our people and to transform our rural areas into places of development and prosperity." Sticking to national news, Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga says although this year has been challenging for the education sector, her department is fully prepared to deliver the National Senior Certificate examinations, which officially start today. Now, a total of some 754,000 full-time and about 168,000 part-time candidates are registered for the exams. And a total of 6,307 public schools and 578 independent centers will be used as exam venues. Now, this year also marks the 5th cohort of the SA Sign Language Home Language examinations included in the writing of the matric exams. Now, from our national news, we head over to international news fronts, and US President Joe Biden has sharply criticized Russia's decision to withdraw from an agreement that enables grain exports from Ukraine's ports in the Black Sea. Now, Russia says it's withdrawing from the agreement brokered by the United Nations and Turkey following a drone attack yesterday on Russian ships in the Crimea region. Now, Russia claims Ukraine carried out the attack with the help of British soldiers, and US Minister of Foreign Affairs Antony Blinken said Russia is using food as a weapon, and this will exacerbate humanitarian crisis in many parts of the world. Now, moving on from international news headlines, so we carry on with the news. The newly elected Prime Minister of Lesotho, Sam Matekane, has committed to turning the country's economy around. Now, the landlocked nation has experienced economic challenges which have led to many Basotho flocking to SA seeking a better life. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa was amongst several regional leaders who attended the inauguration. Now, the Setsutu Stadium in Mazura was packed as thousands of Basotho witnessed the change of government. Now, Sam Matekane, a business mogul and entrepreneur, won the elections barely 8 months after his party was launched, unseating a governing party with a long track record. And now, in other news, today is, of course, Halloween. And what's Halloween without a big pumpkin, right? I mean, a really, really big pumpkin, that is. Now, a giant pumpkin weighing a whopping 1,160 kilograms has been transformed into the largest jack-o'-lantern or carved pumpkin in the world. Wow. Now, this transformation took place in the city of Anoka in the American state of Minnesota. And earlier this month, the very same pumpkin won the World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off in Half Moon Bay, California. Yes, it's official. Now, the pumpkin, which has been grown by Minnesota-based gardener Travis Gienga, is named Maverick. Now, the large squash gets its name from the character Tom Cruise, played in the blockbuster movie Top Gun. Now, the pumpkin has now been skillfully carved into an eagle at Anoka City Hall. Now, it's on display at an event organized by Anoka Halloween, which calls the city the Halloween capital of the world. Now, gardener Travis Gienga wrote on his Facebook, his official Facebook page, and quoted, "Mike really did a great job considering the irregular shape of the pumpkin he had to work with," unquote. Well, on that note, I think it's an exceptional piece of art, and I'm wishing you all a happy Halloween. With that, here's the rest of the headlines, and here's the latest when it comes to sport, and there's Kat.
Well, what a time to be a sporting fan. Let's pick up some cricket news where Aiden Markram and David Miller shared in a 76-run partnership to lift the Proteas to the top of Group 2, this at the T20 World Cup, thanks to a gripping 5-wicket win over India. Now, Markram scored 51 or 41, while Miller was calm and composed in hitting the winning runs and ending on 59 not out. Before that, the bowlers stepped up to the plate as they restricted India to 133 for 9 in their 20 overs. Wayne Parnell took 3 wickets for 15 runs, but it was man of the match, and that man of the match performance that came from Lungingidi that made the difference. The paceman took 4 wickets for 29 runs. Next up for the Proteas is Pakistan on Thursday. Meanwhile, in footballing news, Yusuf Mart scored a sensational long-range goal to give Kaizer Chiefs a 1-0 win over the Pirates in the Soweto derby over rivals Orlando Pirates. Mart's magnificent strike handed the Amakosi a 4th straight official win over the Buccaneers, something that they haven't achieved since winning 6 in succession in the early 90s, and saw them then rise above their rivals into 3rd place on the log on 21 points. Pirates dropped to 5th spot on 19 points, and Sundowns also overcame Royal AM 3-0, while Marumo Gallants and Amazulu were the only teams to pick up wins. Moving further afield, Arsenal claimed their 10th win of the Premier League season with a 5-0 thumping of Nottingham Forest to remain 3 points clear at the top of the table. Reece Nelson scored a brace, while Gabriel Martinelli, Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard also got their names on the score sheet. Man City were briefly top of the table after a 1-0 win over Leicester. Marcus Rashford scored his 100th goal for Manchester United in a 1-0 win over West Ham, and there were also a few shock results as well, with Brighton beating Chelsea 4-1 to give Graham Potter an unwelcome return to his former club. Liverpool's poor league season continued with a 2-1 loss at home to Leeds. And finally, in rugby news, the Bulls and the Stormers finished the first block of the United Rugby Championship on high notes and cemented their places in the top 4 of the competition with big wins in 2 great local derbies in Gauteng. Both of last season's finalists won their local derbies with a full house of 5 log points after strong finishes. The Bulls crossed for 3 tries in the final 14 minutes to beat the Sharks 40-27, while the Stormers scored 21 second-half points points without reply for a 31-22 victory over the Lions. And as a result of their defeats, the Sharks and the Lions have slipped down the standings to 8th and 9th spots, respectively, while the Bulls and Stormers are in 3rd and 4th. Well, hoping your particular sports team did well this past weekend. Let's take a look at what the roads look like. Here's Graham.
Whatever, man. Whatever, buddy. Just soak it up. Just enjoy it. Let's hope the traffic is going to be less stressful than the sport this weekend. Let's start Brooklyn in Cape Town. In fact, there's been an accident on the N1 inbound. That's at Coburg. The right lane is now closed as a result. Please expect delays there and travel with much caution. Then in Asakai and KZN, there's been an accident on the N3 westbound. That's just after the Shongweni ramp. The centre lane is now closed. Please approach there with caution as well. Moving to Benoni in Johannesburg, there is a stationary vehicle on the N12 westbound before Snake Road. The emergency lane is now blocked. Please drive carefully and keep a safe following distance. However you're going to get to work, get there safely this morning. Let's get into the weather. Let's start with some vital weather news first here in South Africa. The South African Weather Service has now warned of extremely high fire conditions over the southern parts of the city of Cape Town municipality for today. Now, this as the fire that broke out on Table Mountain on Friday evening was thankfully contained on Saturday, and mopping up operations continued up until yesterday morning. The spokesperson for Sandparks, Lauren Howard-Clayton, said a team of firefighters remained on the scene to monitor the conditions. Now, dense cloud over Table Mountain prevented a helicopter and a plane from being deployed to completely extinguish the blaze on the mountain on Friday, and 12 hikers had to be taken to safety after being overwhelmed by thick smoke in the Plattekloof ravine. But thankfully, by early Saturday morning, the fire was completely contained, and now mop-up operations had commenced and continue. The Table Mountain aerial cableway resumed operations yesterday morning. There is, however, some fire damage to sections of the wooden boardwalk at the upper cableway station, so please be careful if you're in the area. Then from high fire conditions to some of your beautiful sunrise views. First up is Vivian Pollicut. Look at that. She captured such a beautiful perspective. This one showing off bubbles over the still water out at St. James's Beach. Absolutely love that one. Then we've got Verity Barnes, an OG, sent this pastel-filled view with the leaves blowing in the wind out in Riebeek West. Then Maureen Turner also contributed. She snapped this breathtaking view from her balcony. What a way to wake up. Just look at those colours. Perfect view this morning out in Durbanville. Then Dale Wean, he shared this view out in Milnerton, showing off the beautiful Table Mountain perspective with glorious sunrise hues. Just incredible. Oh, get out there and snap a pic if you can. Make sure that you share your sunrise views, your balcony views, anything that shows your neck of the woods via our WhatsApp line 0634088863. All right, let's see if we can entice you outdoors with some of those temperatures. And starting in Polokwane, your low 15 going up to 26, 70% chance of rain there. And Mbombela ranging between 15 and 23 with a 47% chance of rain. Rain expected in Pretoria as well, 14 your low going up to 26 degrees. Expect the thunder showers in Johannesburg, 13 your low going up to 26 degrees, 60% chance of rain there. Mahikeng, your low 16 going up to 30. Klerksdorp ranging between 15 and 29. Kimberley, 14 your low going up to 28. In Bloem, you start your day on 11 going up to 28 degrees. Richards Bay ranging between 15 and 20 with rain expected there. Likewise, as we move to Pietermaritzburg, 10 your low going up to 17 degrees with a 66% chance of rain. Expect the rain, thunder and humidity. Down in Durb, 16 your low going up to 20 with a 97% chance of rain there. Mthatha expecting the wet weather as well. 8 is your low going up to 15 degrees. East London, rain expected as well. 11 your low going up to 17 degrees. Craddock ranging between 6 and 21 degrees. Gqeberha, 12 your low going up to 18 degrees. George ranging between 10 and 16. Cape Town, 12 and 23. Moving to Worcester, your low 7 going up to 25 degrees. Sutherland ranging between 5 and 21. A little bit of a chance of rain there as well. And Uppington rounding off, 19 is your low going up to 33 degrees. But zero rain expected in that neck of the woods. But as we always say, regardless of the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day.
And it certainly is turning out to be a beautiful Monday. We are so happy, honored, and excited to welcome a favorite of ours on your Feel Good Breakfast show. The brother looking absolutely immaculate, like royalty. I'm talking about none other than Tropica. He's in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, give it up. Come on, celebrate. Yululay. Listen, if you don't know who this man is, he's a multi-hyphenated award-winning artist. He's the founder of Nomadic Tribe Entertainment and a member, of course, of the internationally acclaimed a cappella group, The Soil. We love them so much. Now, since charting a solo career, he's racked up incredible reviews from his peers, with his work being called a spiritual, cross-generational and timeless body of work. Take a quick listen to this. I don't want to say I called it, right? But it's when he said the words, "Mare akusizi ukulinda, ndazozazisa igama unsika." You know, when he said that, I knew already back in those days, man. It's so good to have you on the show. Welcome, man.
So good to soak in your energy again, Kat. Thank you so much, brother.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Prayer Warriors' brand new album has dropped. This has been a journey for you, I can only imagine, especially given your past successes with all of your musical endeavors, now stepping into your own spotlight and saying, world, here I am, and this is what I have to offer. Tell me about this incredible album that is Prayer Warriors.
So I now look at music as environments, right? So I move intentionally into environments. So when I met Drum Pope, who is an exceptional producer, I met him through the legendary Oskido.
Wow.
And I felt his spirit, and one thing led to the next. Now we have an EP that we just released this month. It's beautiful. It has 7 songs on there. And the number 7 is also intentional.
Yeah,
It's a holy number. It's a spiritual number. There's 7 days of the week. There's 7 continents. God created everything we know and rested on the 7th day. And when you look at the candle stands, there's 7 candles there.
Wow.
So it's just, we also have chakras, you know, that are, that need to be aligned. And I love the fact that we are ending off HopeTober, because it speaks to mental health. But what influences mental health is your readiness of your spirit. If you tend to your spirit, it aligns everything else, and everything else falls into place.
That's absolutely incredible. Wow. And to understand that your music comes from such a thought-through and spiritual place, that is absolutely astounding. And it's to that where you feel like that's why music is spiritual. That's why it's nurturing. That's why it taps into the recesses of your mind, your heart and soul in ways that you can't explain. And you bring spirituality into your music in the sense that you honor your heritage, you honor your forefathers. Where did that come into your life, and how has that influenced your music and who you are right now?
So at the tender age of 6 years old, I already started dreaming of songs. But fast forward to when it was now time for me to release my debut album, which was I Write What I Dream. I literally could see my ancestors walk into my main bedroom. My wife says at times I would sleep, right? But with my hands folded like this. And I would start chanting songs while I'm asleep. And she would wake me up, of course, and hand me my phone to record whatever.
I was about to say, hopefully she was recording.
Yeah, but she knows it. That's another thing. We are all blessed with people around us that are meant to make sure that the calling that we have becomes a breeze. You know, like, I'm super lucky to have my family. I'm super lucky to be transcending into this, literally a healer. I'm not a singer anymore. I've transcended that. I know transcendent love now, and I see what my music does for the people, not on stage, but as soon as I start receiving these songs from my forefathers.
You know, one of the most magical experiences I've ever had, I was doing a show in Joburg at the Vodacom building, right? And you guys were there in the background, and you had one green room there, and I was in the other. And I just walked in, and there was just some way that you are able to just capture a moment in music. Like, you're talking about transcending being a singer. There's a moment that you capture, and you let that come to life in music, and it's so, so beautiful to watch you owning that and speaking so boldly and openly about it. And I cannot wait to hear you performing live today. The mic is hot. It's been sound checked. Greg, Ugrand, we cannot wait to hear Ntsika performing live on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Make sure that you do not miss out on that. Love you, brother, man.
Love you more.
Yay.
You too can win big with Tropica. Buy a Tropica promo pack, follow the details, enter, and stand a chance to win your share of thousands of smooth prizes, such as airtime, data, AEG fridges, Island Tribe hampers, Rest Assured beds, plus limited edition Tropica bags, towels, tents, cooler bags, and cushions. The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you stand to win. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It's a Monday morning. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show is live, large, and in charge, and filled with inspiration to the brim, man.
Oh, it is indeed. Inspirations coming in all sorts. Now, matric exams are also here, and they need all the help they can get to ace those exams. So Tabisa met with BioPlus brand manager Nicola Becker to find out how they are offering support for students during their finals. Ooh, nerve-wracking stuff.
Be more plus with BioPlus.
Thank you very much for staying with your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, here on S3. Ooh, it's that time of the year, exam season, and we've been there where energy levels stay low. Mental vitality nowhere to be found, and during those times we've relied on BioPlus because it's synonymous with physical energy and mental vitality, a brand that we've all grown up with. We knew we could count on and turn to when we needed that extra boost. Now, if you're aiming for those A+ results, you've come to the right place. Here to tell us all about it is brand manager of BioPlus. It's Nicola Becker. Nicola, it's so good to see you.
Hi, yes.
Nicola, exams. We've all been there.
Yes, definitely.
Where your mental vitality seems to be nowhere to be found. Your physical energy levels, they're dropping. But BioPlus seems to have the answer to all of that. Why and how exactly is BioPlus able to help us during those times?
Well, BioPlus has been the tried and tested brand for over 25 years in South Africa. And with a combination of caffeine, B vitamins, and calcium, we don't just offer offer that boost of energy, but your mental push when you need it, especially in those times that you need that physical energy and mental vitality.
The power of BioPlus comes from the formulation and the ingredients that you have put in it. What are those ingredients?
B vitamins, for instance, help with cognitive function and our response to stress. And BioPlus is packed with a combination of B vitamins. We also have caffeine in there that really just gives you that energy boost and increase in focus when you need it to really just make the most out of each session.
I don't know about you, Nicola, but I remember as a student, it was very easy to take advice from anywhere I could get it. But it's not always sustainable. Supplements, on the other hand, have proven to be very, very popular. Would you advise students to turn to supplements?
Prepping for exam season means that you are spending a lot of time in front of the books, which can be mentally and physically draining. But BioPlus has a specialized formulation to not just help you get to that mental boost when you need it, but some physical energy to make sure you get the most out of all of the study sessions and exam sessions, and really just help you aim for the A+ results when you need it.
I remember during my time, there was only just one product, one BioPlus syrup, which I could turn to. But I know that over the years, it's evolved. The brand has evolved and there's a lot more products within the range of your offering. What are those products?
So we still have our BioPlus syrups, which is very handy to keep on hand to make sure you don't run out of BioPlus when you're studying. But we also have our very convenient on-the-go sachets, which you can just pop into your bag when you're on your way to the exam session. And then we've also launched our BioPlus Effervescence, which is very nice. It has a vitamin C in it to give you that extra immune boost. And then a newly launched one is our stimulant-free Effervescent, which is quite nice because that will just give you that sustainable energy throughout the day.
Because it's all just so necessary during this time, right?
Yes, and you know, when you get tired of, you know, the supplements, we also have really nice energy drinks and energy chews to give you that refreshing or tasty energy boost when you need it.
And now you've got my full attention, Nicola, because over the next couple of weeks, you are going to be helping a lot of students across the country gear up for their exams with an exam preparation campaign where you are going to be sharing some tips and some tricks here on Expresso. Let's talk about it.
We'll be getting experts from nutritionists to psychologists and even fitness experts to give their input and insights in terms of what to do to really make the most out of the exam season.
Nicola, this is really fantastic. A brand that we have loved, that we have tried, tested and relied on for so many years, coming through with a fantastic product, but also with the tips, the tricks and the hacks that we need during this time. And clearly you've enlisted all of the pros to do this for us. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for having us. And from BioPlus, I just want to say good luck to all of the students out there during this exam season. We're looking forward to seeing you share all of your amazing results on our Facebook page.
Nicola, I love your work. Thank you so much. Now listen, over the next couple of weeks, BioPlus will be here on Expresso giving you those navigation tips to help you ace the exams, because we want you to bring the A+ results. That's right. And while you're at it, one lucky viewer will win themselves a study hamper valued at 2,000 Rand. All you have to do is go onto our socials and tell us what's the first thing you do to prepare for your exams. Let us know. Use the hashtag BioPlusExam. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. Good luck, everybody. Okay?
Okay. Yes. Thanks, Uncle Tabsy.
I'm still getting a little bit of anxiety, just like nostalgically thinking back to the moments where I, and don't take my advice, would last minute cram like you can't imagine early hours of the morning. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
In fact, I think one of the best things you can do is at the beginning of the exam season, take a look at where each of your exams are plotted. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then see like how much time you have.
And plan those studying hours.
Plan the study
I
sessions
never did that, Kat. Where were you in my life earlier?
Well, it was a different era, my boy. Very different era. But do share your study tips with us, and maybe you could help a matric learner out there survive the anxiety of this season that is coming up in their life. A very important one indeed, but we're wishing you all of the best. You've got this. Come on.
I'll back you.
Be more plus with BioPlus.
Just about unlocking your potential. You've got this. Go out and do it. I think we all have big dreams of becoming someone after our matric exams. There is a reason why we're putting in all that effort, and Crush is about to help you unlock your 100% with an amazing new TV show where you could realize your potential and actually unlock those dreams. So it's time to live to your fullest potential, and this is how you're going to do it. Have you got a desire for a new career path, or maybe you want to start living that true passion, that purpose that Chris Burdish was talking about earlier? Whether you've got a dream of becoming maybe a foodie, you want to be an influencer or the most amazing content creator, perhaps you're a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, a free diver, it doesn't matter. We want you to unlock that passion, whether it's floral arranging, whatever that spark is within you, and whatever that is, Crush wants to hear your stories, and this is how you can tell them. So first up, you've got to buy any Crush and then just simply follow the details on the pack. You've got to share a video of why you want to unlock your 100%, and then you've got to send it to the Crush WhatsApp line on 082-857-8054, or you can simply upload it on the socials, tagging @Clover Crush and hashtagging Crush as well. And along the way, you also stand a chance of winning your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes. That's going to sweeten the deal. So enter now, and Crush could be making your dreams come true on their brand new TV show. Let's unlock your 100%.
Dad, I hope you're ready. We've got to go. Come on. Guys! Okay, guys, come on.
We connect all of Mzansi so that everyone can be more of what they're made of. Live your Monate.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. It is Monday, and this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we are back in the kitchen doing something special, traveling all over the world. Now, we're meeting the lovely ladies of Black Garlic, who specialize in Zambian food, and oh, this food is absolutely delicious. Now, we're talking about a Zambian snack. It's called chikanda. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it's prepared with a tuber of chikanda orchids. Now, there are various ways to serve it, and today we are being treated to a delectable chikanda curry, and Clara is here to show us how it is done. Clara, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. I love the idea of Zambian food. I've never really tasted it, so for me, I'm so excited to obviously get my mouth on some of this because I've heard so many good things about it, especially when it comes to the ingredients. It's all authentic, it's all fresh, and it's full of color.
So chikanda is a very, very special dish, dear and near to every Zambian's heart.
Okay.
So this one is like ultimate street food. So we usually eat it as is, but today I'm gonna make something different. I'm gonna make a very simple chikanda curry.
Okay.
So like I said, chikanda is plant-based. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just like cut it up quickly.
But you kind of use it as like a meat alternative, right?
A perfect meat alternative for anyone that wants to go vegetarian, or if you want to try something different. So like you see, it has a consistency of a sausage or a polony. Yeah.
It's like a polony, yeah,
It's
you're
like a
right.
polony of
Meat-free
sorts.
polony. And exactly what is in this? How do you prepare this?
Okay, so it's made from a tuber, like we said earlier, and then you cook it with pounded garnets and some garlic and some tomatoes. You can go wild and add some chili if you like, but chili is very much optional.
Yeah.
And then you cook it. So slowly but surely you add your chikanda. So you're gonna pound this, dry it and pound it. And then you add groundnuts that are also like dried and pounded. And then you slowly start adding it. And then, yeah, you cook it like pap. And then you let it get hard, and then you let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then it bakes like a cake, but on very low heat.
Oh, wow, this is insane. So you're like making your own meat here, and it's all plant-based. So I think everything in this ingredient list is plant-based. So this is like a meat-free alternative. This is a meat-free Monday, done right, and all the way from Zambia. I'm absolutely loving this. The way that you've put this together. Can I try this? Is it ready to eat like now? All right, let's try this the first time. It's a meat alternative.
How does it taste? Do you like it?
Wow.
It tastes like
you sure there's no meat in this?
Nah.
No ways. So it's got such an interesting texture and character. It definitely resembles meat. It's chewy. It almost feels like there's some pieces of fat. The flavor as well, it's like a ground meaty type of a flavor
From the
to it.
groundnuts.
Ah, that makes absolute sense. But I think just the way that it's come together, I can't believe this is not meat. It is so weird to me. This is amazing.
Cheating, huh?
It does feel like I'm cheating, and I think this is something that a lot of people can incorporate into.
The stove is on, no?
Oh, let me help you with that. But I think this is something that a lot of people can incorporate into almost any meal. I mean, if it comes to like a
so
meat.
you can make a wrap, you can make a burger, you can literally make a pizza, tacos.
This has blown my mind. This is amazing. Let me put this pan on for you while we are at it. Get this one here. There we go. Voila, you are on.
Perfect.
All right, so what are you kind of doing? Because this has kind of been pre-made, so you can eat this.
Yes,
so
you
don't
can eat it
necessarily
as
have to
is. So you don't
grill it?
really need to. No, you don't have to. It's cooked already. So we're kind of just like warming it just a bit because it's cooked, like you've said.
Okay.
So the next thing that I'm gonna add is some garlic.
Oh, and just by tasting this, I can see now exactly how well this dish is going to come together. I'm still blown away by the taste of it.
But the fact that it's not meat.
Yeah, and the fact that it's not meat, but you can make it and cook any sort of meat dish up and use this as your alternative, and it's going to taste so good, right?
A very, very good meat alternative, especially for those people that are vegetarian.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to, you know, cut off meat but not feel like you're struggling.
Clara, you definitely opened up my eyes. I think you've done it to a lot of Mzansi as well, because I'm telling you, you definitely want to try this. It's a great way to just be more conscious, I guess, and reduce your meat consumption.
And it's absolutely healthy.
Yeah.
That's
Do
the
I
good
have to
part.
make it myself? Can you purchase
No. So I always joke about chikanda. Chikanda is one of those dishes that in my mind or in my head, I believe are best made by the older women.
Yes.
So like at my age right now, I believe I can make chikanda
So,
and have
it
it
gets
tasting
better and
like
better.
a mom. Yeah, so it's one of those like when you're like 40 and up or maybe like 45 going up, you can make perfect chikanda. So for me, I won't lie and say I know how to make it from scratch, but I just have an auntie by the corner that makes it. So I just make an order and say, I want chikanda with, 100 rand, 50 rand, depending on my budget.
Okay.
And then, yeah, collect it in the evening and I go wild with it and make whatever it is that I want. So no, I don't know how to make chikanda.
Okay, well, we're going to have to find ourselves an auntie on the corner as well to make us some chikanda. Or otherwise, maybe reach out to Clara and find out where the chikanda plug is in your area. But just to fast forward through to the end of this dish, essentially you've cooked it all up in the pan, you've got all your spices included, and then voila, fast forward into the future, and it looks something like that on the right-hand side, correct?
Perfect.
Looks amazing. Well done, Clara. I'm still blown away by the fact that this is not meat, Mzansi. You definitely want to try getting on this and try incorporate this into your next few meals. And if you want the recipe, then it is simple. Get involved in this Zambian delicacy, and you can find it on expressoshow.com. Enjoy.
Well, from a chikanda curry to a man who looks like he just walked off of the set of Wakanda forever. He's royalty, man, especially a friend to us as an Expresso family. We are so proud of him. Brand new album is out, Ntsika's Prayer Warriors, and he's going to be going on tour very soon, starting off right here in the mother city. But for you at home, you get the chance to experience him live right now on your Feel Good Breakfast show with a song called Ding Dong.
Yo.
Let's go.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. My babo, hey, my chick, shaya ding dong, ding dong. Shaya ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. My baba, hey, my chick, shaya ding dong, ding dong. Shaya ding dong, shaya ding dong, yeah. Shaya ding dong, ding dong. Shaya ding dong, yeah. Sekungibheka kanjalo amehlo wonke yakhuluma ngishayisa uvalo ngathi singavele sivale umnyango hayibo ubuhle bungaka hayibo ngona sivele senze kanjalo ngona sivele sikhiye bese sikhiphe isikhiye emnyango mehlo wakho afuna senze kanjalo Angisafuna ukukucheka, angisafuna ukukuchekela emakhoneni. Incwadi uzoyiletha, cela ungenzi indoda emadodeni. Ubuhle bungaka, ngona sivele senze kanjalo, ngona sivele sikhiye bese sikhiphe isikhiye emnyango. Mehlo wakho afuna senze kanjalo,
Listen, it's different. You don't understand. It's different. There's an energy here. I can imagine recording that song must have been incredible in the studio, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Listen, we'll talk about it a bit later on. And of course, check out the brand new album, Prayer Warriors. That was Ding Dong. And I'm sure Ding Dong. Quick fuzz. Let us know what you thought about that performance on our Feel Good Breakfast Show social media pages. And of course, we'll be right back. More from Ntsika on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. That was amazing.
Defeat your mucus monster. Mucofizz. Loosen mucus and phlegm for clearer airways. Brought to you by Pharmacodynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. This is a feel-good kickstart to the week. It's been amazing, man. It really has been good. So thank you so much to everyone who's contributed so far. And Tika, I mean, come on. 2 more performances coming your way. Mind-blowing. But right now, it's, yes, time to address the elephant in the room. We are going nuts, man.
We definitely are going nuts with Clover's Go Nuts and all the excitement that Ollie is bringing to lucky schools in Gauteng for the Olympics. Yes.
Olympics. That's how you got to say it, man. So let's take a look at how he brought that energy in a very fun-filled day.
We took in the Kempton Park Primary School chapter of the Go Nuts Olympics, in which the focus is fun above all, where each child takes home a bag full of goodies and schools get to enter a competition to win 100,000 rands in sports gear.
Today we're at the Go Nuts Olympics. It's our second school event. Things you can expect from today is fun with the kids, sports events, games, everything exciting. This brand is exciting, it's youthful, it's energetic, and we're creating something that is fun for the kids, something for them to do, a sports event to get them out of the class for a day, to interact with Ollie, try our brand. It's just something so exciting.
There are Go Nuts versions of all the best kids' favorites, from a peanut butter-themed egg and spoon race to a boys and girls relay with a pack of nutty deliciousness doubling as a baton. Principal Lizette Lowe was all for the excitement.
Events like this are important because teachers tend to only focus on academics, and we tend to forget that they are children, and children need to have fun.
Clover Go Nuts peanut butter is the best choice for kids because it's packed with more than 90% fine ground roasted peanuts. It's high in energy, high in protein, all of those good things for you. Super smooth and easy to spread and something that kids just love.
Best way to eat a Go Nuts peanut butter is when you put a lot of it in the bread and then you close it with the other bread and then you enjoy your food.
My favorite way to eat Go Nuts is just to go for it.
What a recipe for on-call energy whenever you need it most. Just about every child we asked likes their peanut butter in a different combination, but to each of them, sporty, academic or both, a scrumptious break time, lunch or afternoon snack in the midst of an action-packed day is clearly a winning formula.
Sport is a great way to bring out the best in kids because they can participate in games on the field, they're running, they're getting their exercise in, a little healthy competition between them, also just build team spirit between them as well.
My highlight of the day was coming here to school and participating in the Olympics. Well, today I enjoyed the race and all the other stuff of the sack. I enjoyed like pretty much everything.
I think the toughest challenge was when you had to throw the peanut butter jars into a hole. My highlight of today was just to have fun.
Kids compete in their houses to win a Go Nuts trophy, and at each Olympics, there are team spirit prizes for everyone. They'll also be competing against other schools for the chance to win a grand prize of 100,000 rands worth of custom sports equipment for their school. How nuts is that?
I'm going nuts for that.
Yeah, how cool is that?
Awesome.
And I'm looking at all those kids' faces, how much fun they're having, and they don't even realize it, but they are etching in memories that are going to last a lifetime.
Completely.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Absolutely beautiful. That was undoubtedly a day filled with nutty activities that the kids absolutely enjoyed by the looks of it. So please go and support the cause. Follow the Clover Go Nuts social pages for more information to see how you can get involved without having too much FOMO like us. And kids, look out for Ollie.
Ollie, yeah, you might be coming to a school near you, and I know you're going to love it. So look around, and Ollie might be bringing the Olympics to you.
It's not working. I've got an idea. Our slice, you spread, Ollie. This will get us going.
1, 2. That's it!
Go Nuts peanut butter. Nuttiness you'll never forget.
Made with love by Clover.
Hey, and speaking of exciting challenges, we are celebrating the Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars season by getting you involved in some tricky but very entertaining home challenges. And I'm talking home challenges, the likes of which Ryle has been experiencing of late with his team, Liverpool, doing so terribly in the Premier. It's a home challenge.
Uncalled for.
It's tricky.
Uncalled for.
But it's entertaining. We're here for it.
Not cool. Not cool, okay? I'm still recovering. Yes. The wound is still tender.
Do you have any idea how long I was working on that line? All morning, mate.
I was expecting something. Off late.
Well, of course, listen, those who are competing on the show are competing to win big, but you stand a chance of winning equally. But they can win a shared 1 million rand, right? Yeah. And 250,000 rand worth of Suzuki products. And then, of course, to top it all off, Play.Koza will be rewarding the runners-up with a mega prize of an additional 25,000 rand.
Oh, no, it doesn't stop there, Kat. This is what I just found out. For you at home, if you enter the weekly at-home Tropica challenges, you could win a cash prize of 1,000 rand. Yes, it's 1,000 rand richer for you, and it can't get any smoother than that.
Absolutely. This week's challenge is the Tropica Cap Fishing Challenge, and all you need to do is get a bowl of water at home, and then some Tropica bottle caps, and use your mouth, basically. And in 10 seconds, transfer as many of them from one bowl to the other. As you can see, we've got a bowl over here with a little bit of water to make it a bit tricky. Some Tropica caps. So, Ryle, are you ready for this? Are you going to be able to do this?
So they're going into this bowl.
Let's give you a bit of some tips on how you can do this.
Okay, yes, please.
Take a look.
Please,
take a quick look.
Please.
All right, so Ryle, you saw how it's done, right? It's a rhythm thing.
Easy, yeah.
You've got to get into rhythm. 10 seconds is all you got. So the legs need to be nice and oiled, movement, and just, it's here. You've got to be here. Okay? 10 seconds is all you got, man. How many do you think you'll get?
Geez, like 5 look tough, so I'm going to go for like, if I can do 8, I think that's going to be like a record.
Wow, the pressure is getting worse.
Is it 10 seconds?
10 seconds is all you got.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. Wow, this is very impressive.
Oh, hard.
What?
Did he almost drown?
Did you have like a minor drowning incident? Wait,
just a tad.
Here you go, bro. Here you go.
I just had to kick in the life-saving skills. I almost drowned. Yo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, not bad. Not bad,
That's quite impressive. Especially considering the...
6 caps and a drowning. Come on, that's special. That's a beauty.
That's amazing.
I thought no one would hear that.
With our newest challenge, you stand a chance of becoming 1,000 rand richer with this week's cash prize of 1,000 rand up for grabs. So go on ahead, get your Tropica bottle caps and get fishing.
Listen how easy this is to enter. All you need to do is recreate this week's hashtag Tropica Cap Fishing Challenge on the Tropica social pages. Show off your mouth gripping skills, not your drowning skills, only the mouth gripping skills, and share your video on social media by tagging my Tropica and including the hashtag Tropica. Now remember, entries close at midnight on 5 November. The T's and C's apply. The winner will be selected and contacted via Tropica social media.
Of course, don't... Wait, I'm going to ask you this just in a second. Don't forget to catch the repeat of Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars tonight on S3 at 9 p.m. on S3. Before we go...
What do you want to ask
mate,
me?
This is like 2 centimeters of water. How did you nearly drown in 2 centimeters of water? Guys, that whole... You got to watch that back on YouTube at some point.
This week on Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars.
This is for elimination.
One of us must go.
It's the sucky feeling. Come on, Melo, chase it.
Yo, Melo!
Do not throw away your shot.
I'm struggling.
Oh!
Wow.
This could be it. This could be it.
Stay smooth with Tropica Island of Treasure All-Stars this Saturday evening at 7. Repeat Monday night at 9 on S3.
Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Play it up. Bold matte color goes on as easy as a crayon. Feels barely there. Super soft, 12 rocket poppin' shades. New Revlon color stay matte like crayon. Wanna play?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on S3. Happy Monday to you. If you've just joined us, you're right on time to experience yet another beautiful performance from Brother Ntsiga here, who's done amazing work. Prayer Warriors is a brand new album. It is out. And the next song is called Uchigara Moya Wangu.
Yes.
Take it away.
Tamandi, kazi buhle bakho wena la Expresso.
I told you. How did you not know that your Monday morning needed this? Thank you. You're welcome. Man, listen, recording this album must have been such a delight.
Oh, man, truly beautiful. An experience of a lifetime.
Oh, my goodness. We are privileged to have you here sharing that energy with us. I hope that you enjoyed that. And guess what? There is one more coming your way, so make sure that you don't miss out on that. At the time, though, it is time for the news headlines. Riles got them. Very nice.
Oh, what a magical performance. We have one more coming at you. For now, though, it's time for official duties. And starting off with national news headlines, fuel prices are set to go up next month. Now, diesel users will be the most affected as the price will increase by R1.43 a litre. Now, both grades of petrol will increase by 51 cents a litre. And it's understood that the high demand and continued supply of low diesel have led to a higher increase in diesel prices compared to petrol. Now, meanwhile, economist Koketso Mano has said the price of fuel in the country is expected to gradually begin to decrease in the next few months. Yes, to that, I think a lot of South Africans will be celebrating it. Sticking to national news fronts, President Cyril Ramaphosa has committed to working with the AmaZulu King, Misizulu Kazweletini, in the government's quest to develop the country. Now, Ramaphosa was speaking at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban on Saturday during the official coronation of the king. Now, Ramaphosa said it was an important part of history that would be taught to future generations. Now, he also added and said in a quote, "I'm here to commit my government to working with His Majesty to change the lives of our people and to transform our rural areas into places of development and prosperity," unquote. Well, from our national news headlines, we head over to international news. Now, a twin car bomb explosion on Saturday near a busy junction in Somalia's capital, Mogadishu, killed at least 1,000 people. President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed said the following. Now, among the victims were mothers with children in their arms, the president said, and he appealed for international medical help to deal with some 300 injured. Now, the president blamed the Al-Shabaab militant group for the attack, which targeted the education ministry. Now, an affiliate of Al-Qaeda, Al-Shabaab, has engaged in a long-running conflict with the federal Somali government. And just on a correction, there was 100 that were involved in that incident. Sticking to international news now, U.S. President Joe Biden has sharply criticized Russia's decision to withdraw from an agreement that enables grain exports from Ukraine's ports in the Black Sea. Now, Russia says it's withdrawing from the agreement brokered by the United Nations and Turkey following a drone attack yesterday on Russian ships in the Crimea region. Now, Russia claims Ukraine carried out the attack with the help of British soldiers. A U.S. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Antony Blinken, says Russia is using food as a weapon and will exacerbate humanitarian crises in many parts of the world. Well, next up, in a slightly different headline, exciting news for adrenaline junkies in that Killarney International Raceway in Cape Town has launched a new concrete spinning pitch for cars. Oh, yeah. The pitch is 75 meters long and 50 meters wide, and there's also a viewing area for the spectators just above the pitch. Now, spinning enthusiasts will now have a dedicated space where they can showcase their skills and put the pedal to the metal. Now, the new spinning pitch at Killarney will offer teams a course that includes obstacles such as tires and jumps, for which they can apply their skills to slide their cars around the objects. Now, the Raceway's spokesperson, Dave Abraham, says the new pitch represents a major milestone for the sport. He also said and added in a quote, "The spinning community now has a place that they can call home, here in Cape Town and in SA. It's the biggest one I've ever seen," unquote. Now, spinning legend Eddie Rasta, who has been part of the sport for some 30 years, says the new pitch will be instrumental in developing future generations who wish to participate in spinning. Now, there will be no doubt as to whether spinning is the fastest growing extreme motorsport in South Africa. We're going to keep on spinning and spin over to the rest of the headlines. And here's the G-Man with the latest when it comes to sport.
Well, we left India spinning yesterday. Let's kick it off there with cricket. Aidan Markram and David Miller sharing in a 76-run partnership to lift the Proteas to the top of Group T at the T20, or Group 2 rather, at the T20 World Cup, thanks to a gripping 5-wicket win over India in front of some 50,000 fans yesterday. So Markram scoring 51 of 41 deliveries, while Miller was calm and composed, hitting the winning runs, ending on 59 not out. But before that, the bowlers stepped up to the plate as they restricted India to 133 for 9 in their 20 overs. Wayne Parnell, economical at his best too, took 3 for just 15, but it was the man of the match performance from Lungi Ngidi that made all the difference. The paceman taking 4 wickets for 29 runs. So next up, the Proteas take on Pakistan, and that's this Thursday. And talk about the performance of a lifetime. Yusuf Mart scored the goal of a lifetime, a sensational long-range goal to give Kaizer Chiefs the bragging rights, and a 1-0 win over Soweto Derby rivals Orlando Pirates, breaking hearts in the process. So Mart's magnificent strike, just take a look at that, handed the Albacosi a 4th straight official win over the Buccaneers, something that they haven't achieved since winning 6 on the trot back in the early 1990s. That saw them rise above their rivals into 3rd place on the log now with 21 points. Pirates dropping to 5th spot on 19 points as a result. Then elsewhere, Sundowns overcame Royal AM 3-0, while Marumo, Gallants and Amazulu were the only other teams to pick up valuable 3-pointers. A little further afield, riding high, Arsenal claimed their 10th win of the Premier League season with an impressive 5-0 thumping of albeit the whipping boys Nottingham Forest to remain now 3 points clear at the top of the table. So Reece Nelson scoring a brace, while Gabriel Martinelli, Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard, they also got their names on the score sheet. And elsewhere, Man City were briefly top of the table after a 1-0 win over Leicester. And Marcus Rashford, he scored his 100th goal for Man United. That was in their 1-0 win over West Ham. And there were a few shock results thrown into the mix as well, with Brighton beating Chelsea 4-1 to give Graham Potter the worst possible return to his former club. Then Liverpool's poor league season continued, asking some major questions now after their 2-1 loss at home to Leeds. Then on to rugby finally. The Bulls and the Stormers finished the first block of the United Rugby Championship on high notes and cemented their places in the top 4 of the competition with some big wins in their 2 great local derbies over the weekend, and both in Gauteng. So both of last season's finalists won their local derbies with a full house of 5 log points after some strong finishes. So the Bulls, they crossed for 3 tries in the final 14 minutes to beat the Sharks 40-27, while the Stormers, they came from behind, scoring 21 second-half points without reply for a 31-22 victory over the Lions. So as a result of those defeats, the Sharks and the Lions have now slipped down the standings to 8th and 9th respectively, while the Bulls and Stormers looking good. They are 3rd and 4th at the moment. Well, that's where we leave our sport for now. We're going to be talking a little pro beach volleyball in a second. It's come to Cape Town, baby. Stick around for that. But right now, let's see how the roads are looking.
A quick update in terms of traffic news this morning out in Belleville in Cape Town. There's a stationary vehicle southbound on Durban Road. The left lane is closed, so please drive carefully. Out in Bedfordview in Johannesburg, there's a stationary vehicle in the travel lane on the N3 southbound at Van Buren Road. Please approach with caution. And then out in KZN, there has been an accident with a truck on the R34 route coming from Vryheid towards Ulundi, so do approach with caution over there. That's it for the traffic news. Right now, let's take a look at the weather. Now, a natural disaster which has left many people devastated occurred at Setlagole near Mahikeng in the northwest on Saturday when several houses, a school and a community hall were damaged during a severe hailstorm accompanied by near gale force winds. Residents say the wind was accompanied by soft soaking rain. Electric poles were toppled and trees uprooted. Several shocked locals said they had not experienced such inclement weather before. A disaster team from the government has already been dispatched to assess the damage, and residents remain on high alert with more rain expected during the next few days. The area is prone to flooding, and earlier this year the community was cut off from main routes after 2 bridges were washed away. Now, for our final weather update, we had some beautiful sunrise pictures sent to us. One from Happy all the way in Limpopo, who snapped this nature-filled view, showing off stunning pink shades lighting up the sky. Thank you so much for that. Emil Jones from Buccleuch in Johannesburg snapped this shot of palm trees with the sun peeking through the leaves. Loving that. And then Isa from East London sent in this view overlooking the crops with bright rays glowing up the sky. Look at that. What a way to start the morning. And then last but not least, Louis G. Cherry sent in this gorgeous video showing off the palm trees swaying in the wind with the incredible subtle colors lighting up the houses of Maybury Park. Thank you very much for including us in your morning walk. We do love that very much. Please continue to share those with us on 063 408 8863. Here's a last look at the temperatures all around the country. Starting off in Polokwane, a low of 15 and a high of 26 with 70% chances of rain. Mbombela, 15 to 23, Pretoria a low of 14 and a high of 26, and Johannesburg starting at 13 and rising to a high of 26. Out in Mahikeng, temperatures will range between 16 and 30 degrees Celsius. Klerksdorp 15 to 29, Kimberley 14 to 28, and Bloemfontein a low of 11 and a high of 28. Out in Richards Bay, you can expect temperatures to range between 15 and 20 degrees Celsius with an 84% chance of rain. Pietermaritzburg 10 to 17, Durban 16 to 20, and Mthatha 8 to 15. East London, your low today of 11, rising up to a maximum of 17. Cradock 6 to 21, Gqeberha 12 to 18, and George 10 to 16. Out in the mother city, your low of 12 will rise to a maximum of 23 degrees. Worcester 7 to 25, Sutherland 5 to 21, and over in Uppington, a low of 19 and a high of 33 degrees is what you can expect throughout your day. But no matter what the weather, let's make sure it's going to be a magnificent Monday.
Magnificent Monday. In fact, magnificent week indeed. The Beach Pro Tour is here, and we're going to introduce you to some of the best pro beach volleyball players in the world. Joaquin and Javier Bello are here. Look at those faces, spreading the love, and we're going to get into the mindset of what it takes to do it on the top tier in just a moment.
Join Mzansi's entertainment hub, the SABC, as they expand the industry through partnering with the Central University of Technology.
My name is Matata Mtakwe. The SABC is a national public broadcaster that functions and works for the nation in fulfilling its mandate.
It's about creating awareness of our brand, providing good content, and it's about encouraging participation.
Catch more highlights of this perfect pairing only on Expresso, weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on S3.
feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Your timing is perfect. The Beach Pro Tour is a worldwide professional beach volleyball tour for both men and women. And it's coming to Cape Town this week and will be staged at the Grand Parade in the city centre. What a setting. So the tour comprises of 3 tiers. You've got the Future, Challenge, and then the Elite 16. Now, the Elite 16 round is being held from Wednesday up until Saturday, with the top 16 men's and top 16 women's teams travelling from literally all over the world to battle it out for vital ranking points and, of course, some pretty handy prize money on offer as well. And here to chat a bit more about the tour, and I think the sport in general, are Commonwealth Games gold and bronze medalists Joaquin and Javier Bella. Can we get a feel-good welcome to these superstars? Come on. I don't know if you're feeling the jet lag. I know you only touched down last night, so this is a bit of a shock to the system coming in this early in the morning. But first of all, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this activation in this country, because there is so much interest here in the sport. So thank you for being the ambassadors that you are. First of all, welcome to the country. How do you feel now that you've actually arrived?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having us. We only just got here last night, so this is the first thing we're doing in the country. We haven't even had a chance to explore the city yet, but everyone's been super nice to us, and we're really, really excited to be here. It's our first time in South Africa, so.
Oh, man, and hopefully you guys will make your mark here. Talk us through, obviously, the year that's been, I know, a crazy couple of years in every sporting code. You guys managed to see that crazy period out with an amazing performance on home soil in the Commonwealth Games. What was that like?
Well, it was incredible, as you know, and we got a gold medal when we were younger in the Youth Commonwealth Games, so we wanted to bring it home in our home soil, and we did a kind of tremendous job with the bronze medal. And we're kind of hoping to build on that, and here get some really good ranking points for the Olympics.
I love the fact that you've got these gateways that you've got to move through. Things like the Olympics, it's a cruel thing, because if something goes wrong, if the build-up isn't perfect, so many things out of your control. But there is a lot that is within your control, even more so within your family, because this is a family affair. Talk us through that dynamic. How does it work? Is it easier? Is it more difficult? Do you ever get to switch off? Dad's the manager, the whole family's involved, other brothers now involved. Talk us through that family dynamic.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously it's a little bit difficult sometimes, even just with us being brothers on the court, it can be a little bit stressful sometimes. And we have no filter between each other, we just say things as they are. And then obviously our dad being the coach, that can be very, very difficult, because he's very hard on us, and he's been coaching us for a long time. So it's repetitive, and it's hard, and it's tough to stay together all the time, but we try and do our best with it.
But that's what it takes. I think that's what it takes to crack the top tier. Are you twins like that? Like you finish each other's sentences, finish each other's thoughts? Does it help when you're playing?
You know,
that kind of...
it helps so much when we're playing, because we've played so many years together. I literally have not played a tournament without my brother.
Really?
And our dad has been our coach our entire life, so our family is just such an important part of our team.
Who's the difficult one on court?
That's a good question. That's a good question. We don't want to start. We're playing on Wednesday.
I'll speak to you after the tournament. Yeah, then we could find out. This tournament highlights the fact that there is an opportunity within the development structures of the sport. We just need a patch of sand, and you can start playing. But within that, you need a tier system. You need to be able to climb and see the guys at the top tier to see where you're going. Yeah. What is the state of beach volleyball at the moment? How do you feel about your sport, your playground?
So I think the Beach Pro Tour is helping to promote the sport worldwide, something that I think this is the first event that's happening in South Africa. And that says something. I think it says that the sport is growing, that the sport is spreading to more countries. And I know you guys are big on rugby here, but I hope...
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy beach volleyball just as much as you do rugby. I think it's going to be a good show in Grand Parade, and I think, yeah, it's going to be good for the sport.
Oh, seeing the way you guys play, I think people are going to soak up every second. I've got to teach you something, because, you know, by the sea here in Cape Town, we say it's lekker by die see. Can you say that in Afrikaans?
Lekker.
Lekker Baby Seer. So if anyone asks you, how's it going? That's lekker baby seer.
Lekker baby seer.
And already your Afrikaans is better than mine. Absolute legends, guys. Thank you so much. I know as young as you are, you're still only really getting your grips in this sport. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring other young players as well. And just go and dominate out there. Enjoy it, man. Some of the best stretches of beaches you'll find in any city, anywhere. But the beach tour is here. The pros are out to show you how it is done. Stick around because I think throughout this week, we're going to be bringing you some amazing live updates. This is going to be unforgettable. Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, absolutely love it. I love that conversation. It's going to be an absolutely special tournament. You better make sure you get down there. But from the round ball, we headed to the oval ball. Now, Corin Lamb said it best. A year from now, you may wish you started today. And with the Bokkers' big upcoming match on Saturday, there's no better time than the present. So today we are going to be in full box spirit with a workout fit for our boys in green and gold. Although this may be a warm-up for them. I don't know. We'll find out now. But of course, we've got the two specialists with us, the birthday boy and Carlman in the building to take us through this workout. Gents, round two. I'm ready for it. It's Monday. Let's get those endorphins flowing once again.
It seems like this one's going to be high cardio.
Oh, yes. Bring it on. All right, let's get shredded.
Inspired.
Let's get ripped. What are we doing?
Cool. Our first exercise is high knees, quite high intensity, but you can take it to low intensity by just lifting one knee at a time. Okay. And then obviously you can take it up. You want to lean back in your shoulders. You want to hug your elbows into your ribs there. You want to tuck your tailbone under. Lift that knee. You can even put your hands up.
Just to keep the height going.
Yeah.
All right, I know rugby players will definitely be doing something like this as they warm up. They've got to get running. They've got to run in multiple directions and obviously make sure.
You want like 50 to 60% intensity in this exercise.
Okay. How many are we going for reps or are we going for time? How does
You'll
this
take
work?
about 30 to 40 of those. 30 to 40 of those, but we won't do all of them now.
All right. Feeling in the quads and feeling in the calves even, and the cardio has been initiated. I can feel the heart beating too.
Moving on to the next one. Heel flex at the back. So you're going to keep your core nice and contracted. Tuck the belly button in. And you're kicking your heels up towards your glutes or towards your fingertips as high as you can.
All right, so the hands are there just as like a guide to make sure that we're hitting the mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great warm-up for your hammies, for your calves as well.
Yeah.
And you're staying on your toes as much as you can as well.
So off the heels, stay on the toes. I'm definitely feeling the hammies warming up on this one already. Whew.
Great hammy work.
Making sure, like you said, that the core is engaged, right?
Yeah. Perfect. So that was our second one. You can do 30 to 40 of those as well.
Okay.
And then moving on to the next one. This one I like to use for running as well, but it's great for any sport. You keep the legs nice and straight. You lock the knees.
Okay.
You've got to lock the ankles, and you're kicking forward. Stay on the toes. There you go.
Okay. So not using your knees to go forward, but instead you kind of got to use the levers of your feet.
Yeah. You're starting from the hip here. Hip flexors, keeping your legs nice and straight, elbows in and out, and you're flicking your toes up.
I can definitely feel this one. It might look a little bit easy, but it's not. Trust me, especially trying to stay in the same spot. I can feel my core is absolutely engaged. It's almost like rock hard at the moment. And then on top of that, still keeping the hips moving at the same time. Whew.
I can feel it in my calves.
Yeah. Calves are burning, actually, if you think about it, eh?
Check it out.
Zanzi, I hope you're joining us. I hope you're getting some of this endorphin rush as we kickstart your Monday morning. Carlman's taking us through a rugby-inspired workout, and this is obviously in aid of what's happening this weekend with the big Bokker game. And clearly I'm already out of breath, so it's working.
It's working.
Okay, anything else for us?
Cool. We have one more to go.
Yeah?
So it's 1, 2, 3, and the last leg you're up with, you open up to the side. So you can take it nice and fast. 1, 2, 3, open up to the side. 1, 2, 3, open up to the side. That's me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Open up to the side. 3.
All right, feeling those adductors,
lifting,
those groin kind of stretching out.
Groin, yeah. I can hear my hip clicking.
All the rust coming through. So this is like cardio, but at the same time,
Really
it's also like a bit of mobility, right? Opening up the hips.
The hips go into external rotation here, so you're opening nicely across the hips. As long as you keep flex that ankle, you open up the knee to the side, drop it down to the side, yes. You want to do 20 a side with this, 20 a side. And then all together, you want to do at least 3 rounds of all the exercises we've just done.
Beautiful stuff.
Maybe a minute rest in between.
I love it, and it doesn't mean that you need any equipment whatsoever. So again, absolutely here for it. I love the fact that we could put a workout together with no equipment whatsoever. And honestly, get those cardio workouts on. So it's very important for you to also keep yourself hydrated, even with home workouts. And Energate Zero is a fantastic beverage to have on you, especially when you're active. So I think with that, gents, we definitely earned ourselves one. That is for you. Birthday boy, that one's for you. And I'll grab this one. And of course, it's important for everybody, right, to replenish yourselves. And with Energate Zero, it replenishes your electrolytes. It keeps you hydrated. And on top of everything else, it contains zero sugar. And I mean, what other reason do you have to step up your game than with Energate Zero? It's got zero compromise on taste and on performance. And remember, you can also stand a chance to win 2,000 Rand in cash and a Hampler weekly when you step up your game with Energate Zero. Simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us what your favorite Energate flavor is. And don't forget to include the hashtag #StepUpYourGame in your answer and follow the Energate SA handle. Now, if entering on Instagram, but if you are entering on Facebook, then you want to go use the hashtag or the handle Energade. Now, this week's competition closes at midday on Friday, the 4th of November. The T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. And Master, what do we need to do other than, I think, cheers, boys?
Cheers.
Great workout, great start to Monday. Let's get the endorphins flowing. Cheers, guys.
How many excuses you're going to make?
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink.
Let underprivileged children unwrap a smile this festive season. Safripol has again partnered with the amazing Angel Network and Toy Kingdom to collect your pre-loved toys to be re-gifted this festive season to those who need it the most.
You can donate your pre-loved toys at any participating mall or Toy Kingdom, or visit safripol.com for more information. Donate from now until 30 November and again from the 26th of December to the 15th of January 2023.
Come join us in helping them unwrap a smile.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
HopeTober is a month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on S3. Now, as HopeTober draws to a close, we remain hopeful that the impact of this campaign will live on throughout the year. Let's take some quick inspiration from this quote, which says, "The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. Those are the words of Kalu Ndukwe Kalu. And now at Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave have inspired South Africa to rally together and unite in our hope for Mzansi. Take a quick look at some of the 2022 HopeTober highlights.
HopeTober is a month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
Stay tuned this morning because we've got a hope-packed show in store for you, some incredible people, and of course we're going to introduce you to those who are working on the front line every day that inspire that hope in us.
Well, first of all, I think it's fantastic that you are celebrating hope. It's brilliant. Well done, shot for who came up with this, because this is what we need.
As Adcock Ingram OTC, you know, sponsors of Brave, we need to bottle this up.
Yes.
And we need to put this on show. So we took that as an opportunity for us to sort of zhuzh it all up into 1 month, and we sort of coined the term of HopeTober.
Hope is believing in a future. Hope is not giving up. And, you know, doing stories, I just see the conditions some people live in. It gives me hope that they are still looking to a future where I might be doubting myself.
Yeah.
I said, how can I do that?
As we put it to you this morning, to please send us your message of hope for Mzansi. So let's hear a few, man.
Bring back the magic, the hope in our youth, who are our future leaders.
And we've got such a beautiful country, and we hope to share the spirit of young people with the audiences.
Remember that hope is a powerful weapon even when all else seems lost.
Find the joy in the little things. I also feel like that's a very South African thing to go. No matter what's happening, no matter how difficult life is, we go, make jokes, make guy.
The thing is, when you're at your absolute worst, the only thing that gets you out of that hole is hope. Hoping for better.
And holding on to that hope and working together, and we've seen it. We've seen how South Africans can really and truly come together to build this incredible nation and country.
We've got this incredible winner on the line right now. A very good morning to Tseng. How are you?
Good, thanks, and how are you doing?
Oh, we are very good. All the better for connecting with you. Congratulations. You have just won yourself 2,000 rand.
Wow. Ooh, thank you so much.
Let's unite and stand together against all odds we are facing, and together we can do more.
My message of hope to Mzansi is that everything happens for a reason. Life has challenges and obstacles, but we must unite and never lose hope. We overcame COVID. The more we unite, the strongest we can be. Hashtag HopeTober.
The hope so that we're going to be able to integrate into society a lot better, that we're going to be able to hug each other a little more, that we're going to be able to have contact with people.
Don't let anyone tell you you are worth less than what you think you are, and
believe that tomorrow will always be better than today, and no hard work ever goes unnoticed.
The situation that you're in, it doesn't matter if it's big or it's small, but what matters is that your feelings are valid.
HopeTober is a month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
Well, what an inspiring look back at what has been a very hopeful month indeed. And in fact, I think Paulo Coelho said it best when he said, when we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. So in the spirit of HopeTober, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, never stop spreading hope to those around you.
HopeTober is a month of hope, brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, inspiring communities one pharmacy at a time.
Thank you so much, Kat. Why don't we spread a little bit more hope right now by getting you excited about the holidays? Yes, the end of the year is almost here. It is the 31st of October, so basically November is here, and it's time for those December holidays. We can start to inspire ourselves to plan that perfect getaway because we deserve it. And we're going to play a little game of this or that right now, and we can put it out to you guys at home to play along. Javier and Yakin have decided to play a little bit of fun game with us right now because you guys work hard, okay, throughout the year, professional volleyball players on a pretty hectic, grueling circuit, so I would imagine you do need to take a bit of downtime. Do you guys take a break at the end of the year? When is your downtime?
I mean, personally, we love the game that much. We kind of love training every day. Doesn't feel like a job to us at all. So we try not to take a break, but we kind of forced to. Like our coach, our dad, he'll try to make us not play for like a week or two in the summer, but we end up playing anyways.
I'm thinking like you need to separate. The whole family must just move into separate houses. Of course, coming from the UK, slightly different world you guys live in. I know the exchange rate is massively different. But this is how what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna present some scenarios to you, and you're gonna tell me, would you do this or would you do that, okay? And we're going to put you against, no, it's not a competition, it's just an opportunity to, I don't want to put that rift between you guys. Yeah, I know, everything is a competition. But we're going to have a little bit of fun with this and hopefully inspire people to get out there and enjoy their world a little bit more. So the first question is a bit of a weird one because you guys are here on an international trip, but when you just chill out, do you like to go international or do you like to keep it local?
Local. We travel so much around the world. Our favorite thing is just to stay at home, like just having a weekend, watching the TV, doing absolutely nothing. That's our favorite holiday.
Yeah.
What sport do you watch when you watch?
We're big NBA fans, but because of the time zones and everything, we have to stay up really, really late. So then we can only watch the NBA when we're on break or it's on the weekends or very rarely. So we try and, not do that too much because it affects our training in the morning.
Oh, man, it's a tough life, man. It's a tough life. This one is a bit of a weird one, but because you live on the beach. But if I had to offer you an opportunity to go to the beach or to the bush, where would you go? How often do you guys get to do it?
I still think the beach. That's what we love. That's what we do. Like, sand between the toes.
It's a bit tiring sometimes, you know, we're there every day. So,
yeah.
I'm going to go with the bush.
Go with the bush, just for a change, man. Well, you're here with some of the best bush in the world, so hopefully you'll get to experience that firsthand. I love that. And this might be a difficult one again because you guys do so much of this. Flights or a road trip?
Road trip, has to be a road trip.
No road trip, you know, when we were little, we used to go on these long journeys all the way from London back to Madrid. That's like 2 days. Imagine us two in the backseat of the car. It's a nightmare. You know, we're always fighting, pushing each other for the space in the middle.
If we did it separately, then yeah, road trip.
Then it would be fun.
I didn't think the question meant with my brother. I thought it meant like just me.
I'm assuming everything is with your brother. That's just how it works. I love that. Relaxation or adventure? Ooh.
We have a pretty high dose of adventure nowadays. Even just being here in South Africa, playing beach volleyball.
Everything's adrenaline fueled, yeah.
Yeah, maybe just relaxing, I think. Maybe just chilling at home, like we said before, like it's a privilege for us. Like we rarely get to do it, rarely get to be at home with our friends.
Everyone is looking at then this time of the year, everyone's like, I just want to be at home and do nothing. I don't want to talk, I don't want to move a muscle. I love that. Okay, now I'm hoping this is going to be quite a telling thing because you're here, once in a lifetime opportunity to party it up in Cape Town. Do you party or do you chill?
We're more chill guys, I think. I mean, as long as we're playing, we're going to be chilling. Maybe we get knocked out when the tournament's finished. We'll see what Cape Town has to offer.
And also remember the night matches in beach volleyball are super awesome with the floodlight.
Yeah, it's a party anyway, man.
That is a party.
I love it. So the key here is that someone really good has to knock you out early so you can have a bit of a party in Cape Town. That's the only way this is going to happen. No, I'm going to touch wood. No, that's not going to happen.
We need the points.
They need the points. They need the support. So I'm going to really urge people. Like I said, I'm going to be on the sand next to the court. Cannot wait to see you guys performing, doing what you do on the very highest level. Thanks for just being so cool and chilled and humble. I think you're going to inspire a lot of young players especially. So thank you so much for being here and putting those skills on display. display for us. Good luck, guys. Don't break a leg. Just have an absolute blast. Now, whether you're going international or local, visiting family, or just staying in hotels, Nedbank American Express card holders will receive cash back when they use their Amex card to pay for flights, for accommodation, even petrol at qualifying partners, and it all does add up. That is a massive perk and could be some serious cash back in your pocket. So to view all of the qualifying partners, simply visit nedbank.co.za, then get out there and enjoy yourself.
Check it out. It's 4 months.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
Come catch me on the next level. Only you can make my day.
Being a parent can be challenging, but stepping out is when things get real complicated. That's why new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5 ml sachets are here to make the job easier. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere. Panado, a dose of care.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, are you triggered by a change in temperature in your mouth? Well, let's find out if you can do our tongue twister game.
It's the super sensitive tongue twister game.
Did you hear that? That's how you gotta say it. Okay, so here are the rules. There are 3 rounds. In each round, our competitors will both have 10 seconds to take a bite of the cold, hot, or sour or sweet food in front of them. That is most likely going to be a trigger for tooth sensitivity. And then they've got to read spicy tongue twisters that are on screen. This could go south very quickly. In each round, the tongue twister is in a different language, okay? And the person who is able to say the tongue twister the best by our standards, okay, within the allotted time is the winner for each round. Kat, you look so ready for this, but I hope you're not shooting yourself in the foot here, because this is going to be a thing. And
Mate,
I
can feel the intensity. I thought it was Skid of Zoe. I forgot. This guy is like on another level. He's coming here. I'm not here to play with spiders.
And it's, we might even hear that. We might even hear that. That might even be one of the translations today. Okay, so this is crazy. So, Ryle, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, all right.
Ease you into this, because I think Kat is raring to go.
What are we starting with?
So we're going to start with the hot potato.
Hot potato. Okay.
You're gonna get a mouthful of hot potato, and I need that hotness in there, and then you've got to say
can you see
the phrase. Yeah, can you see the
it's hot.
It's right.
So he eats the potato, swallows.
You can keep it in your mouth. Keep it in your mouth.
Keep it in my mouth.
Those
speak
teeth,
with my mouth full. Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Mom, I'm sorry, firstly. Okay. Ready?
I need that heat to stay there, man.
Oh, it's hot.
Okay, there we go for it.
Okay. I'm a mother. Oh! Peasant plucker. I pluck mother peasants. I'm the most pleasant mother peasant plucker to ever pluck a mother peasant.
You are.
Okay.
You do know that. So, in the English literature,
That word is a pheasant, not a peasant. Because the peasants are different from pheasants.
Wait, what's a pheasant?
It's a bird, man, a big
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh, mate. Come on.
Wow.
Listen, my 3-year-old is going to have to teach you what a pheasant is, okay? Otherwise known as a big chicken.
So it's not a pheasant.
Let me show you how it's done, right?
Okay, go ahead, peasant.
Get off
Just
the
undone.
Is it salted?
You've just undone a century of development, man.
Right?
Come on.
Go ask for your school fees.
Reimbursement.
I'm a mother pheasant plucker. I pluck mother pheasant. I'm the most pleasant mother pheasant plucker to ever pluck a mother pheasant.
Yeah. So I got to ask, how's the sensitivity there? Because I'm seeing steam coming out of your mouth. Are the teeth okay?
My teeth were fine. My cheeks are still burning and my lips, but my teeth are good, so I'm happy with that. I was quite intimidated by this one, but we're good. How's your teeth feeling?
The mother pheasants are good.
And that potato going down, and feeling that you need a bit of help just to like work it down there. All right,
Premium
off to a
performance.
flying start.
Premium.
Fantastic, guys. Well
Fantastic.
done. Really good.
Okay.
And now we move on to round 2, which is Afrikaans. Okay. This one is brilliant. Okay, so now it's cold. So I need you to get a couple of those blocks in there.
Crunch them.
Gosh. You've both got individual little tariffs. Crank it.
Don't go full on.
Please be careful, though.
Wow, bro.
Just be careful.
What do you
keep one?
Last time I bit into some ice cat, I chipped my tooth.
Yeah.
Really?
While I was away. So that's why I'm like very scared about this.
Oh, good thing you're only taking one at a time then.
Yeah.
Crunch to do it. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, there we go. That's fine. That's fine.
That's
Don't take any chances. Okay.
Okay, go.
Smash it.
Flikkie vreet vinnig van verskillende veragtige voeltjies voordat verskillende vieragtige voeltjies vinnig verdwyn.
Yo! Just made it. Just made it. I don't know.
What does that mean? He just eats all
I'll
birds.
tell you. No.
Until they fly away.
Spot quickly eats from different feathered birds before the different feathered birds quickly disappear.
Ah, okay. Hurry up.
Fatum, Fluffy. Go for it.
Oh!
I'm sure people would pay to hear you eat ice. You know that. Start a stream. I think people would. Brain freeze. Go for it. No, you can do it.
Flikkie vreet vinnig van verskillende vieragtige voeltjies voordat verskillende vieragtige voeltjies vinnig verdwyn.
Jo!
Hulle het baie vinnig verdwyn.
Let's go.
How you feeling? How the teeth, man?
The teeth are still catching it a bit.
Yeah, that looked like sensitive, eh?
I think I need to start using
another
some
root
Sensodyne.
canal.
Yeah, I'm like,
be careful.
I definitely felt something in the molar. The molar's acting
This
up.
is like the gladiators of tongue twisters. We're taking it to a higher level.
first one.
All right, now it gets real. Now it gets real, okay? I kind of feel like if we didn't make a mistake on the first one, we were okay now.
Okay, cool.
We're okay.
What's the next level?
This one is sour and it's French. Okay.
What?
It's French, my friends.
How's your French?
2 of those. I want the
2
full
of these
in your mouth and don't swallow. I want that sourness in your back when,
practice
when
this
you go on.
In your back. That was slightly passive aggressive.
Yeah, that was.
In your back.
I'm sorry, it was this whole
Way.
all the hardship.
Let's go.
Sustain my mouth.
Second one, go.
Another one, go. Give it more sour.
Squeeze the juice, swallow, and then you're gonna go.
Go for it.
And
trois. Go.
Simon, ton, sera tondu.
That is shocking. Wait, was that French or Zulu? Because that sounded like very much like isiZulu from
First he brings peasants back. Go for it, buddy. You can do it. I don't know what it is that you're actually doing, but just do it.
Mate,
it's hectic,
Go.
It's supposed to be 2 hands.
Yeah, go.
I'll go there.
I don't know why we're even doing that first one. It's just like punishment. Go for it.
Simon, ton.
Oui.
Ton sera tondu.
Oui. Ah ouais? Nice, guys.
Why are you trolling me? Why are you trolling me, bro? I nailed that.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. No, you both came through with flying colours.
We turned it.
Do you think it's time to move on to Sensodyne?
I think I might need it. My molars, it's saying things to me. It's communicating.
Yeah, no.
I can feel it, yeah.
By the way, do you know what that last French one actually means?
I have no idea.
That Simon ton sera tondu. If I shave your uncle will be shaven.
Yeah?
Are you serious? Actually makes
Which
sense.
is completely truth. It is completely true. So we didn't say a word of a lie this morning. And I'm going to reiterate, if you do suffer from teeth sensitivity, don't do what we've just done. Then move over to Sensodyne Ultra Nova Repair and Protect. It is especially made for you because life is too short to be triggered by all the sour, the cold, the hot, the sweet food, and your ridiculous friends out there. And we will post one of these tongue twisters online to see if you are brave enough to record yourself saying it. So please join in the fun and play along. Well done, gents.
So wait,
Give
who
yourselves-
won that though?
Yeah. We're going to go to Katlachoma.
As I walk into the kitchen, well, this morning we have been whipping up dishes from Zambia. Now, impwa, also known as white garden eggs, are from the aubergine family and they contain a good amount of nutrition. And today we are going to be showing you how to prepare them for a delicious and hearty meal. And of course, my brother, you're here joining us. Good to have you with us, Mr. Lulu. Lulu's going to come in and he's going to show you.
Okay.
William is here, Luli's also here.
How are you?
I'm very, very well, thank you. I'm always so keen to explore culture through food. This is a very, very cool way of doing it.
As you're talking, William, should I start doing something?
Yeah, so garden eggs, part of the whole, well, impwa anyway.
Yes.
Part of the whole garden egg, aubergine, whatever it is. So locally found in Zambia, it pretty much grows like wildfire. So it's something that is very sustainable for us, readily available, and so quick and easy to prepare. So what Lulu's doing there, just gonna pan fry it a little bit.
It's quite bitter. You should try and
Yeah.
taste it.
Really?
Tekho. Yeah.
Right
So
now,
sometimes-
like it is. Just
I don't.
would not be a good
I would
idea.
really like
Not
to see
now.
your face after all the tasting of the
Well, now that you've asked me, you know.
Yeah. It's
Then we
quite
give him-
sour.
A tongue twister.
Yeah, whoa, you can spit it out. It's okay. I did that on purpose. Okay, try saying something on TV. Happy Independence Day from Zambia. 50.
Hey, what a time to be. That's an adventurous taste. Okay, so you certainly have to cook the bitterness out.
Yes, you do.
And that's
Sometimes
what the...
people like soak them in a little bit of milk just to try and get rid of that sour, bitter kind of taste. But as what Lulu's doing there, just pan fry it, get it nice and golden brown. We're gonna throw
You
in
wanna
our...
come continue?
Yes.
So usually impwa, is it enjoyed as part of a salad or are you making a full-on meal out of it?
So you have it with nshima, which is your pap.
Okay.
I'm so sorry for what I just did, but that was...
I'm still wondering, like, why?
So we eat it with pap. Sometimes we're going to have the kapenta, which is the little sardines that we cooked earlier.
Yeah.
And you can actually mix them in there. So it's like a sour with that little fishy taste. It's really, really good.
Okay.
Mr. Wood also likes to play around it with like...
With the curry.
With the curry.
Very nice.
It
Okay.
really is great, like with the butter curry.
So
You know,
it
mixture.
absorbs
will
flavors
really
quite well.
absorb
It
the
does.
flavor well. It tastes so good.
Brilliant.
Not as bitter.
Yeah, that was something else over there. Okay, so
Yeah.
we've got some garlic going in there
Yes,
as well.
garlic. Oh, tomato. We need to chop that tomato.
All right, let me
Yeah.
get that going for you. Other ways of preparing it other than using it in curries, it's great.
It's great in
You can fry it up, I'm
curries.
sure, as well
You
then?
can fry it up. You can also boil it and just sort of make a stew, so like a simple stew also. But most of the time, we love to keep food very, very simple in Zambia. But what
True
we're
its
trying,
form.
true to its form. But what we're trying to say to the South Africans is try these flavors and see what you guys can do with it. Make a Durban
Right.
curry, Cape Malay curry,
Hey.
something.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
You know the curries always taste best in the morning, like the next day.
Yes, once all the
On some
flavors have
toast,
soaked in
with a
properly.
poached egg for breakfast. Perfect.
Should we add some?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to like tap into my memories. Zikomo, is that's
Yeah.
That's
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we met 9 years ago at the One World Conference.
One Young World in Zurich.
Yeah, no, in Joburg.
In the Joburg one. Okay, okay.
Yes,
Oh
with
my
Richard
word.
Branson there.
Look at
and we got to chat about what we were both doing in TV at the time.
That's amazing.
You were not so great at
And
the
look-
time, but now
Drag me! Please.
No, but now we're here, okay? Mama, we made it.
We're trying to get invited back on the show.
Okay,
You know
okay,
what? It's
Kajeho,
fine, it's
I love
fine.
you. I always have. I'm
That's
just
going to exist
so
on the
excited.
internet forever. Lulu. Okay, I've got some tomato chopped up.
Yes,
here.
yes, yes.
That's perfect. So you can get
And
those.
is that all right?
You need to definitely taste the final. I will warn you, it's still going to be slightly bitter.
Yeah.
But won't be as bitter as the raw one that you tasted.
Okay, okay.
And we hope soon you're going to come to Zambia and into our home in the wood kitchen.
Yeah. Yes.
And you're going to try to taste even more Zambian flavors.
Yes, I would love to go back. I found out an interesting thing when I was last in Zambia, and that is that there's a language in Zambia that sounds very much like Setswana, which is my home language.
That's his language, actually.
What is it called?
Lozi.
Lozi.
Yeah, from the western part of Zambia.
Yes. A friend of mine was taking me on a tour of Lusaka, and words like lerato are the same in Setswana and...
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's very, very similar. Actually, you would understand each other.
Yes.
Although my Lozi is like
I didn't want to go there because I seem to be dragging everyone on the show today, so...
Wait, I want to taste the end product on that side.
Yeah,
Can I
please do,
that?
please do.
All right, let's...
Let us know what you think.
Here we go.
How's that?
That's lovely.
Oh, good.
I would have loved to add a bit more spice to it, but it certainly is like a wholesome flavor.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think you noticed when you came to Zambia, it's all very simple flavors. We don't throw too much in there.
Just your salt and your pepper, a bit of garlic, onion.
Loving
So,
it.
Keep it very simple.
William, thank you very much.
Thanks for having
Thank you
us.
for
Much
having
appreciated.
us.
Try out the recipe at home and let us know what you think.
Yeah, let's finish cooking this up.
This Tuesday evening at 7 on Color Your Plate with Koo, the top 6 face their toughest critics yet.
Today he'll be cooking for kids.
But they'll also have to impress this week's guest judge, a renowned media personality and former Miss SA.
Oh my gosh, make me proud, guys. Color those plates. I'm gonna take this.
You're gonna take it, okay.
What kid doesn't like peanut butter?
That's Color Your Plate with Koo, Tuesday evenings at 7, only on SABC2.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Just in time. Ntsika's done what he always does, blown us away with some beautiful performances. One more just for you. This is a collaborative album, Prayer Warriors, from that offering. Here is Mveli Angi. Enjoy.
Spring, here's to Mother Nature and all the other mums who bring wonders into our world. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.